Ravanna was once a proud land, home to honorable warriors, brilliant scholars, and just rulers. But decades of war have left the kingdom depleted and vulnerable, ripe for the picking for those ambitious enough to seize it. This was before the death of the king. In his absence, greedy men have become emboldened. This only worsened when Prince Edmund, their only heir, refused to take the throne at a time of war. His sister Lelena would rule in his stead until such a time when the war was won or a peace could be brokered. What comes next is a matter of great debate and countless rumors, but what we know for certain is within months Lelena was married. A man named Erlich, who was of minor nobility and far from a suitable match for the standing queen, was quickly crowned, and Edmund's throne was usurped. In the years that followed, Ravanna has crumbled from within. Corruption runs rampant, fighting between noble houses threatens to tear the kingdom apart, and word from the capital is Erlich's parties grow increasingly decadent. The king is either blissfully unaware or indifferent to the state of Ravanna. This is a time for either heroes or villains to rise. A kingdom lies in the balance. Which way will the scales tip? And we're live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Ravanna. I think episode 4? That's what I wrote in the...
Yeah, that's what it says down there.
That's what I wrote down, but that doesn't mean that's what it is.
Season 2,
episode 4.
Yeah, you don't have the season in there, man.
Season 2 is now as long as Season 1. It feels weird calling that. Like, I don't know if that really counts as a season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
sure it does.
Sure. We're going to call it Alistair's origin story.
Yeah, it's just the prequel, Alistair's prequel.
Right? I mean, he's looking like he's going to be
Well,
the
wait
surviving member.
Wait a minute. If that's the case,
I want to see how many full parties Alistair can outlive.
I want.
I like it.
If that's the case, I want my own 4-episode pre-story. I mean, that's only fair.
It is your channel. You could just do it.
Yeah,
what about Jake and Josh? You guys want it too? Yeah, I just do it. I just get on myself. There's
There's the whole thing.
And this is what happened.
You're going to need sock puppets.
Players are currently in Leoric's 4-episode origin story.
Somehow he's going to be the only one who survives this. You watch.
Right? I would totally do an episode of sock puppets. And it would just be my hands. I wouldn't be even in the shot. It would just be the puppets. That would be badass.
I'll watch. All right, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. That makes it sound like I'm saying goodbye. I'm not saying goodbye. I'm saying hello. I'm Jairus. I will be DMing for you this fine evening. And I want to find out what the fuck is going to happen. So I want to just jump right into this thing. We'll start to my physical right here. And Jake, introduce yourself.
I'm Jake.
Be politer.
How's it going, guys?
That's much better.
I'm Jake. I'm playing Bjorn Twice Crusher the Dwarf.
2 times.
And otherwise, I don't know. Let's just move on.
All right. What's your favorite color?
Blue.
False. All right. I have no idea how Twitch is set up. We're going to go Will. We'll just jump all over the place.
All right, cool. Hey, everybody. I'm Will. I'll be playing Brother Radek, the priest of Amon. And he's a bright kind of guy.
Bright and shiny.
Play on words.
Yeah.
I get you.
You like how I did that?
Yeah. Now, Will, how'd you feel about my Brother Radek impersonation? Was that
you
spot
did
on?
one?
He didn't,
yeah.
He didn't watch this. Are you kidding me?
I was at a con. I couldn't watch
A week ago.
But it's not up on YouTube.
It's on Twitch.
Sure. Oh, I'm
pass
an
the
idiot.
buck to the producer. It's always the
Yeah, it is on Twitch.
Dude, no, totally at work today. I went and I looked on YouTube and I'm like, oh, it's not up there. I can't watch it. No. Oh, I shouldn't do that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway.
I don't do that anymore.
All right, moving on. Uh,
All right. We'll do. Well, Adam is next in my line, but we'll save him for last because he's producing, and that just seems to be.
Don't choke, Jake.
wow. Did you have a stroke? What happened to you today?
I drink in my mouth. And I tried not to laugh and spew it everywhere.
That would have been comedy gold, though.
Oh wow.
I've done that.
Yeah, you did
You
that
were
on
there.
my food.
Yeah. I mean, just like a mouthful.
It was like
Just spray every. Yeah.
It was
Like
like-
I turned my head and just.
it was like a comical amount of water onto like everybody's food.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah. All right, Josh. Hi. How you doing?
I don't know. I don't know if I can follow any of that up. I'm just gonna call it a night.
I'd argue it could only get better.
Gotta match
Well-
Jake's energy.
I really appreciate your embrace of disappointment.
Gosh, and this is where I can't use any of my really good married jokes. Damn it. All right, fine.
Anyway, I play the orc Mercy Orlakai, who is a big old giant, and I like to party. So
York definitely does like
So
to party.
check me on Tinder.
yeah.
Give me a right swipe. Is that how you do it?
I don't know.
The right is good, left is bad. I'm
I don't know. Just swipe whichever way you like.
okay.
All right. Let's get to Adam and get this bad boy underway.
Hey, I'm Adam. I'm playing Alistair Grant, Invisible Bard, and
You're a bard?
yeah. I've been a bard from the beginning. You think you keep talking to me like I'm a rogue.
Well, you act like one. I just assumed.
No.
I mean, bards and rogues are like the same thing in my mind.
You know
They're
what? I
very
think it's
different.
cool that you're playing a bard that doesn't do any instruments.
I
or
haven't had a
singing,
chance.
Or, I mean, good for you. because
You obviously
took that
didn't watch
trend.
my origin story because I was playing in bars.
When you were drinking. Oh, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
So it's like, here, allow me to give you some bardic inspiration.
That's how I give myself inspiration. Does that count?
Well, yeah, he has yet to give, I think, both seasons. I don't think he's given anyone any inspiration yet.
No.
There's another thing. Man,
Yeah.
good for you.
I mean,
And
when you
12
deserve
sessions
it.
where he uses the core ability of his class.
Right.
Well, look, eventually it'll come up, but I mean, as I said at the end of I said at the end of the last episode, I mean, I've known you guys for like 30 minutes.
Right.
Bjorn I spent some more time with. I'm a little bit more attached to him. And I
So
like his spiky armor.
you're performance shy is what it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's cool.
Well, no, I mean, that is on brand for Adam because in R2BK, his ranger didn't use Hunter's Mark for the first time until like level 6.
And
Which
I
is
called it, and I
That's
called
true.
it Hex. Yeah.
You did.
I call that.
Like he played a ranger and never cast a single fucking spell.
Yeah. That's true. I mean, yeah, that's good.
There are
though.
many ways to play the game.
That's true.
They play to the
Like,
character, not the rule book. So.
I often say there's no wrong way to play D&D, just better.
I just like that like his character had access to this like pool of power and he's like, oh yeah, I keep fucking forgetting I can change the laws of reality to suit my own needs.
It seems selfish.
Yeah. I will say for my sake, can you do just the quickest of recaps? Just a real quick one.
I don't know. I'm gonna recap. We'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So let's see. Last time stuff happened, and now we're here.
Yeah, that was quick.
So they toyed around with a few different ideas on how to either get to the vault and sneak out, or take the fort, or just kind of see how it went. And their very loose sort of plan quickly turned into a clusterfuck that somehow all kind of worked out.
We had a
So-
plan.
Yeah. Alistair, against
I have a
all
plan.
odds, made it into the vault unbeknownst to anyone, while a whole bunch of chaos ensued. our dwarf Bjorn dropped a tower. So there's this big, like 5-story stone tower that was set up with kind of like a linchpin. There's one specific stone where if you smash it, the whole tower will come down.
Nice.
And Bjorn did that and dropped it on seemingly what was going to be a lot of the enemy, but everyone just like looked up and saw this tower falling and
just
got
like
out of the way.
slowly took a step backward, and it,
Yeah.
it fell
It got,
harmlessly
like,
in
the
between
two
them.
least observant idiots in the bunch, and then they all just were like immediately like, "Hey, let's kill that dwarf." We all saw it, and somehow Jake managed to take out a few of them with another trap that was set up in the place, and managed to survive and get to the other side of the fort. Where, meanwhile, York had gone down to the dungeon, cut 3 guards into pieces with 3 blows, just boom, 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 done.
They did not even get to attack.
The funny thing is that
4 people before they could even attack me.
That's pretty damn good. Where you at?
And the funny thing is, he actually tried diplomacy first, but couldn't think of what to say, so he just then slaughtered them. Yeah.
You know what I'm good at? Rolling initiative and attack. I'm just going to attack first and kill you. But so then,
well, it's hard to talk your way into a dungeon when you only tell the truth.
Right.
Yeah, that was the problem.
That is. Yeah.
I think it went about as well as it could have.
Yeah.
But so Bjorn is being chased by a couple dozen people.
Small army.
Gets lit up with 4 arrows in the back, is sitting on death's door, staring down an overwhelming force. But luckily, he just happened to, completely unaware of where the dungeon was, run to the dungeon just as Leoric came up with his 30 freed prisoners, and full-out melee ensued. And thanks to some magicery by our absent Radic, they just fucked up their forces.
He's a witch!
So where we left it was they had just finished dispatching the small force that was directly in front of them, but all throughout the fort, you can hear that the chaos, there's that initial moment of disarray has kind of passed, and there are just large numbers of feet moving towards them.
And they're all terrified.
Terrified.
Absolutely terrified.
As they should be.
And,
they've lost so many men, they're terrified until they notice there's only 4 of us and
right.
naked stone prisoners.
Wait. 3 of you.
My bad.
And that brings me to my next point. So, Brother Radic, we're on top of a building, and you see just dozens and dozens and dozens of fighting men coming towards your allies. Do you stay on the roof? Do you want to try to hide? Do you want to jump down and take your place amongst them? How do you act?
I definitely got to jump down and take my place amongst them.
Excellent.
But how far is this jump?
No, it's a single-story building.
I can totally do that. I have faith in Amon to guide me.
Both of his ankles break as soon as it hits the pavement.
Quick!
Pulls up that bright orange
Percy,
robe and is
let me climb on your back. Okay.
Amon, why have you forsaken me?
Give me. So true. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go down and get in the mix with my compatriot.
Excellent. And that is where we are going to pick up. So you guys have just finished. There's that one last guy left, but I'm going to say just some.
the mob kills him.
Yeah, the mob will take care of that one guy. And meanwhile, as you're finishing up that, you can hear footsteps coming in around you. And by the time you settle,
Leoric is totally trying to organize the mob to arm themselves as well as they can off the corpses.
and they're like listening to you and then trying to form like a perimeter. So they're, like kind of like a semicircle. So they're
ideally like a
unified.
Yeah. It's
But it's
shield
there.
walls, but it's naked shield wall with
Right. And that's exactly like
Any guards
they're-
come close,
most
light
of these
yourselves on
people-
fire and protect us.
So most of these people have never been in battle before, and they're
really?
yeah. I mean, like in this world, everybody's maybe handled a sword before, but in terms of like a life or death, a lot of people just killed their
like
first
trained
person.
soldiers.
Say it again.
These aren't trained soldiers that we freed, then, or
No, I mean there's trained soldiers or trained fighting men at least amongst them, but a lot of it is just civilians
Farmers.
who are riding a crazy adrenaline rush.
that's fair. I wasn't sure how many of them were actually like. I thought maybe with the success we had, they were trained soldiers mostly. That were
So what you guys ended up in was just like this very sweet spot of like the first couple people who happened to attack, thanks to the advantage from Radek, succeeded, and that success kind of compounded
yeah,
upon, and so now you can see that like it was just riding like a big adrenaline rush, and like everybody around them is succeeding, so they're more likely to succeed. But now that's passed, and there's like this sobering moment of like grab a weapon and defend yourself, and they're trying to listen to you and follow directions, but it's like
Liork, he's going among them and trying to bolster them, but because he's not good at people, he's just like, brace yourself, puny man. And he's like, you lift your shield higher. Do not be so weak.
I don't think that's how you're supposed to do it. Say you're supposed to.
No, he must raise it higher.
Yeah. You look over there, and you've got it in you. Pick up that sword, and I'll go around. And I'll start trying to encourage people with actual encouragement.
translating for Liork. All right, so as you guys do that, and you look up and are kind of like it's what you've been preparing for. Can you guys see the map now?
Oh God.
So just for the
sake
of space,
further up here a little bit. In the
Yeah, you
corner.
were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure,
he was up
sure.
like the street almost.
yeah. I wasn't.
Which
quite
one is
in the
me?
Street, but
Is that me here?
Yep. I mean, feel free to move yourself anywhere in that general vicinity that you would be.
Yeah,
Each
I'm not
one
big
of these prisoners represents 2 people. The rest of the guards, the enemies, all represent 1.
I put myself on there again. Sorry.
That's okay. We'll just,
Can I say that like we try to muster a little bit more like focused, like an area like, or would that just not be a feasible thing?
I mean, it's just kind of the way. Like
Yeah,
the spacing might be a little bit tighter than it shows on the map, but it's roughly like.
Yeah, they're not trained men who.
Right.
Okay.
And
I was
so all
really
those
hoping that they were
armed people
trained men.
around us are the bad guys, right?
Yeah.
Oh crap! Okay.
That's
cool.
okay. We're fine.
Yeah, so you see him running up along the wall and coming in behind you to block the gate and just filtering through all these buildings and not surrounding you per se, but there's a lot of bows being knocked. And so what we're doing is everybody roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh, so I got to pull up the initiative tracker.
I just start yelling for Montauk.
we got to clear it off first, I guess.
Initiative and attack is really what I'm good at.
Actually, since the last one is up, I'm just going to keep this one.
All right.
Oh,
Yours is still.
but
You,
mine
you
changed.
have the highest initiative.
Did I before too?
Yeah.
Oh, because I rolled again and it changed it. So
Oh, well then, yeah, it's whatever. This is. I remember you had high, like you
Yeah, it was, like,
acted
up
first or
there.
second. So
well, now I still have.
Yeah, you're still. The only one Will is the only one who has to roll, I guess. Oh, you got
I
an
did.
11.
now he's up there. He's got an 11.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Rolled it.
You're the glowy thing.
So all right, so yeah, we'll do.
I am the ever bright son of Amon. I shall bring
See,
unto
I like to put
salvation.
my name in there, so this way when people watching can see who is going
Yeah.
next.
Oh, you're so smart.
That's a not so subtle hint.
All
I did it. I'm already on this game.
right. So, are you talking about like for the little name
In the turn
Alistair
order,
Adam
yeah.
thing?
No, in the turn, I don't care about that. In the turn order.
Oh, that's everybody's got their name up.
No,
Alistair Grant, Brother Raddick, Lork.
no. I just
I
see
actually don't see it either. I only see
Yeah,
mine.
I don't see Alistair. Yeah, I only see Alistair.
Bjorn is on there,
Bjorn's on there.
and you
Well,
got
I see everyone, but I just don't see like.
the name.
Ah, well, doesn't matter.
Well, yeah. All right. So, getting back to it because I lost my train of thought now. All right. So basically, with the guards' action, they all just moved into place, but it took them everything to get to there. So like the melee fighters have kind of got into their formation, and the archers have gotten into place and are in the process of knocking their bows. But we're going to start back at the top of the turn order, and they while they do have you surrounded, no one has readied an action or anything yet. So you have an opportunity to act before they do.
Is that the dungeon that's behind us?
Right here. Yes, but you were just down there, and you know that it's a one way down, one way up.
Yeah, I'm wishing that I had thought to have everyone defend that.
This is the gate right over here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the infirmary is the eye, right? Like the eye.
Yeah. Infirmary, and then to the right of that, the building is the temple and the keep.
And the low area of the wall is behind the infirmary, right?
Temple.
Okay.
What do these blue guys represent?
So there
Sadness.
you have the higher level, the more disciplined, higher trained. We call them lieutenants. You have
Sergeants.
your basic soldiers, your lieutenants, and then your Montauk.
All right.
They got chevrons on their sleeves.
Yeah.
That's how you...
So it's us to act now.
Yeah, I think it's you, dude.
If you want, if you...
You're breaking up a lot, man. I can't hear you.
Oh, yep. Was the computer telling me the same? All right. Yeah, I mean, if you want to wait to see how they act, you can hold your action. But yeah, otherwise you're up first.
Is which buildings are the ones with the tunnels?
All right. So right here, T1,
Yep.
T2,
Ah, shit. So we gotta fight through people to get to any of them anyway.
T3.
I can kind
Okay.
of see Montauk from where I am. Yeah.
He's the red cape guy, isn't he?
Yeah. So he's kind of there's an alley between the two buildings, and it's it's wide enough. It's almost 10 feet, and then there's a big there's a well in that circle, and yeah, he comes up with a bunch of men, and you're just staring eye to eye with him, and he is
I'm looking down.
kind of, you can see he looks a little bit surprised, and yeah, you look down at most people, but when he sees you, it's one of those he almost didn't believe it. It's one of his own turned, or for all intents and purposes, one of his own turned against him, and he just looks shocked and furious.
Maybe a tinge of disappointment.
Yeah. So if he
Yeah, a
charges,
little disappointed.
he could charge, kill this guy, and then claim his clan or his horde. Isn't that the way you guys work, you barbarian types? That's a solid plan.
I imagine more
We all could
chaos
know
than
that is.
Right? I mean, if he had issued an official challenge, not in the middle of some treacherous stuff, maybe. But yeah.
This isn't treacherous. We just decided to do this after coming in. We had no intentions.
Oh, okay. Treachery in the second degree, then.
Yes, exactly. That's it.
I'm gonna hold my action and but I will shout out, Montauk, have you lost enough men yet? You may yield.
All right. So the way 5e works with holding an action is you have to pick some sort of trigger and then say what you would do. So you're gonna hold your action until they attack, and then you'll attack the.
I'll respond.
Okay. All right. All right. So Alistair Grant.
All right. Well, I got a little bit of a problem because I can't find the notes I had of the stuff that I found in the
Oh, sure.
in the thing.
All right, so you have
I had 3 bombs.
one.
Right? Well,
Yeah,
one
you have
was
3
one,
spell bombs. 2 of which you were told one of them is a spell bomb of fireball. He described it to you, but for the sake of just so you know exactly what it does, there's a fireball spell bomb, a shatter spell bomb, but he only mentioned 2, so you're not sure what the third one is, and you can kind of like there's runes on them that you're able to decipher which one is the fireball and which one is the shatter, but you don't know what the third one is.
Okay. And then I had 10 poison
and then
daggers,
you have
right?
the belt of 10 poison daggers. You have a potion of armor of Agathis, which is 4th level, and then you have a potion of greater invisibility.
Oh. I'm gonna be fine, guys. Don't worry.
I don't worry about you in the least.
All right. So what I'm gonna do is thank you for the reminder.
Sure.
I'm gonna use my action and just movement, and all the hubbub to run behind this building. So that's my 60 feet. And well, I'm gonna be on the corner here. Just let me fix it there so I can sort of see. How many of these guys? I could see all these guys, I guess. Is it bright in here, out here now? Is there torches? Is there? How well can I see this area? Because I know it's still a few. Yeah, we got 5, 10, 15, 20.
No, you can see, well, there's a lot of humans amongst these men, so there's a fair number of people holding torches or just, it's lit up pretty well. And even if you can't see everybody because of the houses and stuff in the way, you have a pretty, you have a good idea of these alleys between buildings are 5 to 10 feet. So as you move from the keep to where you are, you'd get a good sense of everybody over here. From where you are, you can see most of these people.
Yeah, because I saw these guys leave the last time. Because they left from the barracks, right? So I saw this group head out already.
Yeah, you got kind of the tail end of people coming out of the keep in the barracks. And yeah, you've got a pretty good idea of the situation.
All right. All right, yeah, and I'm assuming that my partners here are still alive. Otherwise, there wouldn't be so much hubbub in this area. So
right,
that's it. Yeah, so I just run and I hide and just sort of, just scout the area and work on my plan.
But you got a plan.
All right.
I've always have a plan. I don't always tell you guys about it.
That must be one of those bardic abilities.
Level 6, you always have a plan. All right, so
that's it,
Brother Radix, what's it going to be?
All right. Lord, I mean, what exactly are we gonna do here? I mean, I'm kind of, I don't know what to do. I mean, we've got all these poor individuals. Are we going to fight them? Are we going to? I mean, these people. I don't know these people. I mean, I could fight them. I could
look.
I could, bring down the wrath of Amon, but then it would make myself a target. I mean, if I have to, martyr myself with everyone else, I would totally do it. And he's going to just keep going on and on and on.
If I could, as a free action, the orc would just kind of just like not say a word, but just put his shoulder or his hand on the priest's shoulder and just like leave it there. Just like, dude, steady.
And it does slow down his talking, but it doesn't stop it. So it kind of goes like this. And I mean, yes, I understand. So, and so like you take your hand off and say, I don't
normal. It went from panic to normal.
Yeah, I dig it. All right. Bjorn Twice Crusher. Unless you were just talking. Was that?
Yeah,
was it,
I mean,
Brother Raddick? I assume
he's
you were-
completely surrounded, and he doesn't know what to do about this situation. And these are, Lurik's folk. So he's trying to go off of his lead. Is basically what it is.
You had watched Leoric previously butcher several of them, so
Yeah, but I don't think we can butcher all of these people. I guess.
Especially by talking.
Yes. You're hiding. I don't want to hear it.
they gotta get closer. Then we start the butchery again, and we go until we are stopped or there are no more to butcher. That's
Well, that sounds solid.
we lost them.
And we lost them.
That's really weird.
So anyway, folks.
This is like-
Oh, they're back.
Up and they're together.
Hi.
All
That was
right.
really weird. It just closed.
All right.
Huh.
Well, let's. I'll have to fix this thing here, but you guys can keep going. Are they frozen?
All right, so
Bjorn,
Are we frozen?
No, you're fine.
we don't know what Bjorn is.
we're frozen, aren't we?
We can hear you. Good.
All right. So I'm just gonna start screaming Montauk.
All right.
I'm just gonna walk amongst the line, kind of in the front, screaming Montauk, yelling. The Scalds will sing of this day when I rip your lungs from your chest.
The half-dead dwarf.
So as you Montauk just lets out this like big belly laugh, and he
and we lost them.
What does he do? Who knows? Anyway, folks,
Tune in
keep an
next
eye out here on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. for Return to the Bandit Kingdoms.
I definitely think he was
Skype.
saying. Oh, there it is.
want to take our first break early and try Skype instead.
Was
I don't
that
think
better
we
for you
really
last
got that through.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't drop last week. I don't know how it is for Adam, but it's always better for me.
There was a lot of drops last time. Let's just see how this goes, and then if we have to do it, we'll do it. We'll cut to break. But
Okay.
I say we
All right, sounds good.
Muscle through.
yeah.
So, Montauk laughs and he holds up an arm and yells, "Knock!" And you just hear 30, 40 bowstrings just, and you can see there's at least 10 people along the wall. There's people perched on buildings. There are people with shields and swords with archers right behind them. And there are a lot of arrows and crossbows pointed your way. And then he responds with, "This is your one and only opportunity to yield." And you can see that now all these warriors have held actions waiting for your surrender.
I'm assuming I could hear that also from my, at least somewhat.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm only like 25
Yeah, I
feet
mean,
away. Yeah.
it's like for all those people, you're only 30, maybe 30 feet from him, and everybody else is silent, and he's yelling like he's projecting.
Well, you have a little time to think about it, as we lost our DM again. Maybe we should go to a quick
Let me
break.
try
Oh, wait,
one
what?
thing real
What?
quick.
Wait, what? He's
Hold on,
back,
let me try one.
and he's still talking
We're
as if he
trying
never
one
left.
thing real quick.
Yeah, I got you. So anyway, Tuesdays here at Wicked Studios, LLC, 9 p.m. Return to the Bandit Kingdoms.
And starting in March, there'll be Tales of a Savage Land starting on Wednesday.
We're
Yes!
in March already, so that's coming soon.
Did I say March?
You did say March. It's March 1st now.
That's true.
So I didn't mean to throw you
Maybe.
off there.
Maybe the end of March. That's what I meant to say. Yes. Yes, that's it. Exactly. Probably the end of March. It's going to be in March. It's I did say middle the last time I talked about it, and
Yeah, but you've been known to lie before.
big time. Especially if you're waiting for another episode of the Down Roll.
I am waiting for it.
I know you are.
I was promised one 6 weeks ago.
Don't do that. Don't do that. So yes, but This is a guarantee, though. The stream will be starting up either the middle of this month, probably more likely third week of this month, or maybe the end of the month. So, you like how I covered all the bases there?
Yeah, so it could be at any time.
But in March,
All of you
It's
need to
gonna
be ready
point
at a
this month.
moment's notice.
yes, Tales from a Savage Land is the title of it, and as I get more stuff about it together, of course, everybody else will be knowing about it as well in that amount of time. Yeah, you know what you know what really makes me feel bad though is like. It's like, okay, so 6 weeks and I haven't done one damn episode of the Down Roll. How many things have you put out now, Adam?
A lot.
Yeah, make me feel bad. Come on, do it.
Yeah. Well, I've done 3 episodes of APB Film School and working on a 4th one this weekend to be up on Monday.
Yep, that did it. I
As
feel
well
bad.
as pre-production of Super, catching on YouTube / Mr. Adam PL later in 2019. And we already shot a couple of scenes for it as well, while Will is sat around on his couch.
Hey,
Yeah, I saw your zombies. Pretty cool zombie.
Yeah, in my defense, I was at a con.
That's true. I don't go anywhere or do anything.
So there is that. All right. We good?
Yeah,
I think fingers crossed, knock on wood, all those things. Yeah, we'll see.
At least look at holding steady. So
It seems better-ish.
Yes. Yeah. It's
So,
I haven't dropped out in 45 seconds, so that's something.
that's a start. Yeah, we're good.
So his men, are they reacting at all to like the heaps of corpses or anything? Like, are they looking as steady as he is, or are they?
All right, so here's how I would put it. They are probably. All right, so especially the people around him see the whole pile of corpses more than the guys who are blocking the gate do. They can kind of see, but it's blocked by buildings, and you can see that any, say, intimidation, any fear that they felt is mostly subsided by the fact that Montauk seems so sure, and their numbers are so strong. Like they outnumber you by so much.
That's fair.
These are
Considerable disadvantage.
and they're warriors. These are like fierce
they took a keep.
warriors.
Oh, I know. I'm bad at D&D mechanics and this stuff. I've read too much history, and 30% rates of attrition in 5 minutes makes the most brave army break. So that's what's in my head.
Well, so if it were like 30% attrition rates, and then they came out, and you guys had like 30 guys in armor, and completely different story. But what they see is 30 underfed slaves and 3 people. Like you don't.
No, I get it, man. I'm just.
They're like talking shit about the dead soldiers because there's no reason they should have died.
No, I get it in terms of the story here. I'm just like trying to reconcile in my head and think in what I'm going to do in game terms.
I also think that the fact that they all have is beaded with arrows. That's got to help.
No, that's fair. I'm just trying to decide. I don't know. I got nothing. The orc was just, I guess, waited out.
Okay. So he doesn't yield, but he's just kind of standing there waiting.
He's not moving. He's just waiting.
Okay. Alistair Grant.
Oh, that's my turn. Yeah. All right. Cool. This is a tough one. I could do something really cool, which will probably get all of my new friends killed.
I've been waiting for this exact decision all week.
Darn. I'm not gonna do it. So I know that they're. I heard all that, so I know that they got arrows trained on them. So if suddenly their leader dies, those crossbow bolts or those arrows might start flying.
Maybe.
You know what? Fuck it. It's D&D. It's Friday night.
There you go, baby. Do
I've
it.
had a couple of glasses of wine, and I'm gonna pull out. Which one do I use? I'm gonna.
I know.
Mystery one or fireball one.
There's Shatter, Mystery, and Fireball.
Right, I know. I'm just choosing between those two.
Okay.
All right. So according to this, an improvised thrown weapon has a normal range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. I don't really care exactly where it hits, but I want to, like, if I'm going to throw it over here, I just use, like, a throwing attack.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the range because that's like you're trying to hit.
Yeah, I'm not trying to hit something specific. I'm just trying to throw it into the middle of a crowd.
Right.
As a grenade.
Now I know how to use these things.
Yeah, it's simple. Like there's just 2 buttons on either end. You hold in at the same time, and it's spell bombs are relatively common. Like maybe not it'd be the equivalent of like
a hand grenade for an army
of like steak. So like, you know, anybody could have had steak. Not everybody has had Kobe beef. You know what I mean? Right. So you've seen a spell bomb before. You've never seen one like this.
Okay.
Like you can, yeah.
I would like to think that spell bombs are designed for people just like Alice. That's the whole. It's like, you know, it'd be great if we had a bomb that a guy who's even a bard that doesn't do bard stuff could use. That would be a good thing.
It's very true, but it is expensive. They are costly. So basically what you do is you just tell me exactly where you want it to hit, and then you roll an attack, and based on how your attack is determines where it lands, and then the radius will take effect from there.
Yeah, so I want it to land over here.
All right.
Now, before I throw this, well, as I throw it, because I don't want to wait for that, you know what? I want them to know that this is me. Well, they know that there's stuff in here. And they know that Alistair Grant is on the loose. And they know that only...
We were all told what was in the vault, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
No, I don't think any of them know what's happening besides us. Like, the enemies have no clue that you're even there.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll
we
just...
don't know that you're there, but we know what was in the vault.
Right. So I'm going to lose my invisibility, I'm assuming.
You will, yes. Yeah.
But yeah, I want to throw this thing over in this little area over here in between this group.
Okay.
And then, use my movement to go behind this wall.
Sure.
So just a regular dexterity plus proficiency, right? Is that how it works? Or just dexterity for a throw?
It's actually thrown weapons are strength, but you do get proficiency.
Oh, their strength.
Yeah, like
not like but like a dagger would be a dex, right?
No.
You're right. It should.
No. Well, I don't know how that works
because if I'm throwing it, yeah.
So, but I think
like a javelin would be strength.
Yeah, javelin is strength. I know hand axe is strength. Thrown weapons typically are strength unless the weapon is specifically a finesse weapon.
Okay. Here's open.
Yeah,
you got it. You got this.
13.
All right.
Wait, hold on. It looks like it added a +1, so 12.
I mean, 12 is enough anyway to get it where you want it to go. So, which one did you throw?
Oh, I'm sorry. That was a fireball.
Excellent.
Let me more that off.
All right. So you throw it and it lands like right here. Oh, I can't.
No, you gotta move to the pointer.
Yeah. So it lands like right here and then just like rolls. Just like
so as quietly. He yells, Lorik looks around and then you just hear clink. Clink, 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 clink.
Once you press the buttons in, it starts to glow like bright orange. There's all these runes.
So actually, you guys will probably see that happen from where you're standing.
Yeah,
so or at least hit it, or you'll at least see it hit. You might not see it as it takes off, but
I didn't see where it landed. I didn't see the ping.
So it lands. Well, basically, where it's going to settle is right next to it.
It's almost
hits
on
like
Montauk.
10 feet away and rolls right into Montauk's boot. And he
Ooh.
looks down just as boom.
Now, how much? What do I roll here?
That will be 8d6.
All right, here's 5. And 3 more. Not bad.
Ooh.
Not bad. That's
Not bad.
31 points of damage.
All right, so I gotta make some
That's pretty
saves.
badass, is what that is, sir.
60-foot ball, or roughly, if it's the same as it used to be. I don't know what it is.
20-foot radius.
Oh, it's 20 foot now in 5e?
Yep.
The 40 foot ball.
Yeah. So, slightly smaller than 60.
All right, what's your DC? Adam?
Mine?
I think it would be either.
Oh no, it'd be off the item. Okay, never mind.
Well, if mine's better. No, mine's only 13. It's got to be a. Usually those are a 15, right? Like when the magic item like that. Pretty solid 15. I'd settle for
Yeah, I mean,
more.
regardless, it's the 3 are gonna save and 2 are gonna fail.
Yeah, that's true.
So let me.
But does Montauk fail? That's what the people at home want to know.
They don't know, but what they do know is. Give me a second to delete some tokens. Oh, actually, and I got to make one measurement real quick. Oh,
It's close.
yeah, I'll give it to him.
That is close. 20.6. Josh, you feel the heat of the fire.
You watch it,
Leora
roll,
does
and you're like,
not
you know
move.
what? I feel like I should take one step backwards.
Leora? Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
He's
give me
all-
a dex save.
He's all about the haircut.
He's bald already.
Eyebrows.
Dex save, you said, Jairus?
No, either way, I'm gonna say that like you're right on the edge of it.
No, I just didn't hear you. Do I need it?
Oh yeah, no, I said dex save, but I was just busting balls. Like,
Oh,
you're
okay.
like 20.
0.6 in the
Yeah, you're like right on the edge. Depending on where exactly I want to put my pointer, it's you're either like
in it or on the edge of
The
the
wind
outside.
stirs my cloak, and I just makes my pose epic. The glow of the fireball intensifies the lines of my scowl.
For the record, I'm still screaming about I'm going to rip Montauk's lungs out.
all right.
And no one hears you because of a fireball.
The prisoners do.
It's like we may have sided with crazy.
Yeah, no doubt. All the prisoners are starting to go. Well,
yeah, they're like, we'll just go right back. There, we'll go back in our cells.
they made us come. We
Yeah, these are the guys who already surrendered once.
right.
Yeah, seriously. And now they're like emaciated on top of that.
Exactly. It's like they're not even trained soldiers. That's where I gave up. I was like, there's no more bolstering this group. But the fireball.
All right. So, fireball hits, and there is just this swirl of flame and smoke. And when it clears, you can see that, or Leoric, you see Montauk and one of his lieutenants just like covered in soot, and it's like almost comical, like that black in their hair and their face.
How bad is he looking?
Not good.
Can I charge now?
No, because
I was waiting for the
you were
melee.
holding on, waiting for
Yeah.
something to come to you.
All right. Fair
But
enough.
Something came to you.
just,
Yeah.
A big ball of awesome.
Yeah, I liked it.
You know what? I will give it to you in as he takes his
His action.
Okay.
So basically, he stands up and you charge him, and as he braces himself for you, he yells, "Loose!"
Oh shit.
And
As
I'm
he
hoping
does
that-
it, I
I'm
yell, "Surrender!"
so do you still attack him, or?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, all right. So we'll resolve your attack first, and
Okay.
then we'll handle. Hold on 1 second. I gotta pull up his statistics.
You want me to just roll?
I
Yeah,
figured
yeah,
this
go
would be an easier route than trying to have to rescue you later.
You know what?
That makes sense, though.
It is true.
That makes sense, though.
Because now I'll find out if I need to bother rescuing you.
Do I have to declare that I'm using the inspiration before a thing, or can I use it?
Inspiration is afterwards.
Yeah.
Like if you get a roll and you don't like it, that's when.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
But it
then
has to be before I tell you whether it hits or misses.
yeah, but if I roll low, then I'd be like, I'm gonna try again.
Yes.
Yeah, you roll a 3, you can be like, fuck that inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'll
you
take
don't
it.
need it there.
The damage kind of sucks, but
Right, but it hits.
no, actually, I can re-roll one of
Yeah,
those
re-roll
damage.
those ones.
Yeah, you get to re-roll the 1.
Is that a hit? You said?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 20
If
hits.
that doesn't hit, then I am leaving.
Right.
If that doesn't hit, everyone can run away.
If that doesn't hit, I quit.
That's
Oh,
better.
better.
So that's 7.
12 now. Yep. All right. So yeah. So you
Damage. I guess.
you basically like he puts his shield up and you just come like, but he barely gets it up in time, so he doesn't have time to really brace it. And you come down on the shield and it forces it down, and your greatsword sinks into his shoulder.
Nice. That's where I want it.
And all right, yeah. So now, we'll do all the arrows targeting the.
Sorry, I was hoping
Little
they'd be
guys
scared
first.
that they wouldn't shoot them.
I mean,
I mean, again,
I mean, all of the
hoping,
guys
not
that you
expecting.
killed-
Okay, let's not be.
all the guys you killed are not shooting. So that's something.
That's true.
That's a start.
Oh, thank you, Glorian69. One
What's
Jake
up, Rob?
still has a small penis.
I remember this fine fellow.
Oh, those are not 220s.
Rob, if you keep that coming, one of them's going to roll right onto a guard.
All right.
A lot of bad rolls there.
Yeah.
Thank God.
1, 2, 3. Well, so like they just saw this, like they're like got their arrows knocked, and they're all like, "Yeah, fuck these
And
guys."
the explosion's like,
And then there's this huge explosion, and they're
just
like,
spooks
"Oh,"
them.
like rattled, and immediately are like, "You're fired." And they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And it went back from having like all this time to aim and focus to kind of firing on. your
Except for
hero.
the one dude with the natural 20 who, like, I mean, he's Dead-Eye Dick, man. He doesn't. He's nerves of steel. By the way, if you have not read Dead-Eye Dick by Kurt Vonnegut, read it. It is the best book ever made. I love it.
all right, now I'm looking into it just because the name
love
alone
it.
is amazing.
It's
That's actually the name of it.
Dead-Eye Dick. Yeah,
Never.
it's
heard
about
of
a
it.
sharpshooter.
I think
Yeah.
it's amazing too. So that's like,
Yeah.
It's my favorite Vonnegut book, and Vonnegut
Really?
is
he's
at the
tippity
top.
top.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he
better
wrote
than him.
Breakfast for Champions.
Yeah,
Breakfast for
is-
Champions, Slaughterhouse 5.
Yeah.
So that whole thing with the way
One I
the
am
house
from Mississippi. I don't read good from Glorian69. You know what? Maybe we'll read it to you on the air.
There you go. That's fun for everybody, right? We'll just have the read hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you gotta-
I'll
you gotta
move
do
my
it.
camera up in front of the fireplace.
There you go. Yeah, that's definitely you. You got
You got to
to
wear a smoker's jacket and smoke. a
Yeah,
cigar.
exactly.
All right, Jake, these ones are coming at you, and then the next two are coming at you, Radic.
Uh-huh.
All right, so one will hit Jake.
I'm still hurt.
Pretty sure I'm gonna get
shit.
it.
Four,
I didn't even think about
5,
that.
and-
But then again, neither Alistair wouldn't have
I
known.
pull up my sheet real quick.
Right. Totally.
Oh, here, let me do Will first.
Okay.
And then Radic, you've got. Oh, yeah, that doesn't look great. So that's a 16 and an 18.
Yeah, that hit.
All right.
I, for a split second, just saw 32 damage. No, it's like, oh, God.
Welcome back. Goodbye.
Right?
Oh, look at you. 4 points of damage. Lucky bastard. Like, neither one of those arrows stick into you. It's just like graze and graze.
Praise him.
I glow with radiance as Amon protects.
They sort of, as they're coming from two different angles. They hit each other, splinter off.
Right?
No, it's the first one just grazes him, but it makes him react. He's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And he turns, and like the next one that was going to hit his foot,
He was zipping by,
and he's still like, serious times.
I'm tough.
Yeah, well, that was believable.
I know, right? Like how I did that.
The only thing that missed was the voice crack.
Yeah. I'm tough.
God. How much damage did you say that was for me? 5?
5, yeah. Yeah, Jake's a strong wind from death.
Mhm.
What the? You're not allowed to touch this anymore.
I meant to close my character sheet a little bit, and I closed the whole thing.
All right.
There it is.
So, Brother Reddick.
All right. Wow.
Everything's going according to plan, guys. We got this.
Yeah, apparently.
Things are fine. We're all
So
fine.
I take it I got shot by dudes over here, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
so there's a number of archers in here, and then there's 10 on the wall, and a couple on the
shit.
buildings here. So there's a few people that have like height advantage. Look at the guys on the buildings.
Yeah.
Most of the arrows are coming from those, but then there are probably half a dozen or so, maybe more, mixed in with the melee fighters as well.
So what I'm gonna
And
do?
Bjorn is dying in front of you.
I'm going to. Is Bjorn? No, he's not dying.
I'm very close to
He's at 8. He's rocking 8.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
He
Oh,
almost
okay.
I
died
almost died last time.
game.
Oh, okay. So I will. Well,
He's still got 4 arrows in his back.
Yeah, like I'm
Yeah.
bleeding heavily.
okay. So this is what I'm going to do for my movement, because I can do all of this.
Sure.
I'm going to lay down right there by the house. Just going to drop down. So like. So only like I'm on the ground and only my head's looking down at this mass of people. Okay. For my bonus action, I'm going to cast Healing Word.
Nice.
And let's go ahead and. Yeah, I only got that. Yeah. I will do it. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to cast Healing Word at 2nd level.
Come on, big roll, big roll.
So for 8 more hit points, you got there, Bjorn.
I'm
That
back
was a good
16.
roll. Yeah.
For my turn, though, I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Nice.
And it didn't do
Oh,
the,
you can't cast 2 spells in one turn.
Oh, that's right. It's not a cantrip. Damn it. Okay, so I don't do that. So I lay down. And not to give myself away, by casting something else that would be visible, I will pretend like I'm playing.
Just
not
roll
pretend.
over up against the side of the
Yeah,
building.
I'm just playing
Yeah.
dead. I'll go against the side of the building. Preparation for casting something
Don't
else.
worry, guys. He's tough.
He's tough.
This is called tactics, my friend.
Yeah.
For those without armor and big axes, this is what we do.
Now let's just hope when I rain down more hell that it's not
Yeah.
near you.
Right?
Yeah. All right,
And then that's it.
That's Bjorn. You're up.
So, all right, so they shot their arrows. Where's the, like, I assume the front line there are all melee guys?
Yep.
Charges all of them.
Just don't get
Do
too
it for glory.
Worst part is I gotta do it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
It's one of those things like it's what I would do. I'm gonna charge the closest one.
Yep. Play the character, not the class.
Are
Isn't that
you,
what
are
you
you
guys are saying?
raging?
I'm about to fly into one. Yes,
Okay.
so I'll do it.
I was like, do I want to be the dick DM? And then when he like,
No,
like,
like-
oh, you never
No,
said
I was
it.
actually about to say it when you said that. I'm gonna rage and I'm gonna reckless attack while I charge him.
Whoa!
I'm
That's
gonna hit
how
him
you
with
do
the
it.
maul. So, well, I'm gonna attempt to hit him with the maul, I should say. Oh God.
That's a 13, and 13 hits.
Oh, that's a that was luckily you reckless that.
Thank
one.
you. Yeah, good thing you.
Otherwise, it would have been anticlimactic. You just running, and you basically just run and slit your wrist at that point. I mean, it's
So long as he's still screaming Montauk or whatever the hell that dude.
I'm still screaming Montauk.
There you go. There you go. That's all that matters.
I'm not screaming anything. I'm just killing Montauk.
Is this guy here?
Yep.
I'm gonna take a trip out to Montauk,
then
which
for
is
my
a
bonus
lovely
action,
place out in
I'm gonna hit him with
the
my
eastern
spider.
end of Long Island,
Bonus action. Sorry.
Oh yeah, yep.
famous for its lighthouse.
I've read about the Montauk Lighthouse. That's where Deadeye Dick's from.
Yeah, man, he just sits in that lighthouse and just picks off boat captains as they sail in.
It's legit. It's legal though because he's got signs up.
Yeah.
Don't come on my property. You'll get shot.
I mean, it's a lighthouse. The boat captain should be avoiding it, but they don't. So it's a lighthouse. What I did. It's like, I couldn't give you more warning.
By the way, this makes Long Island sound much cooler than it is,
Yeah.
especially the East End.
He's allowed to say that he lives there.
Give me a persuasion check,
Who?
All
Jake
right.
Jake.
or
That's
Bjorn.
still screaming about ripping Montauk's lungs out.
Sure.
That's
As you
persuading.
do.
Oh God. 8. A solid 8.
Yeah.
So the prisoners have just watched a number of their comrades fall, and then they watch the dwarf just charge into these, like innumerable foes in front of them, but he doesn't kill the guy, so they're really not that inspired. And instead of charging in after him, just kind of close up their ranks.
If it makes
Therefore,
a difference,
surrounding Radic.
on the other side, they also saw me charge the other guys, the leader.
Yeah.
It's true, which but it's just they're not. You're
That's
not
why
the
they're
one
not
they're following
surrendering,
into battle.
Because even if he was persuading them with advantage, it would still be the 8.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You can't persuade him anyway. That's a bard ability.
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly
Not
have
all
no
bards.
idea what I was thinking. I just, I'm looking for any advantage we can get.
Yeah.
You got me, man. Don't worry.
I'm just fishing.
If I live, I will rip Montauk's lungs out. I want you guys to know that.
I
All
hope
right,
so.
so fun stuff.
How many people did I blow the fuck up with that thing, by the way, out of curiosity?
I think
roughly?
you got like 10 or 12.
Right, we'll say
We're
12.
up to like
we'll call it 15. All right.
In the songs, it will be 15 or
Yeah.
20.
Yeah, for sure.
So that puts us at 40%.
All right, so we'll start with Montauk, who draws his sword and slashes at you, Josh.
Let him come.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's not true.
Okay.
He
He
takes.
cowers in fear like a little baby.
Yes, no, pretty kind of. We'll see.
He gives
Like
up
a
the
weak
fort.
little man.
All
Gives
right.
up the fort with no further scuffle.
Uncle! Uncle!
I'm still ripping his lungs out.
That's cool, man. I have no problem with it.
Give me an athletics. Well, give me 2 athletics checks.
Really?
What is he doing?
Here's the
So
first.
he kind of steps back, and
16.
2 of his men come
Oh, and try to
charging
tackle him.
in. Yeah, trying to tackle you.
Ooh,
13.
second one's not super hot.
Well, yeah, I guess you. No, you can. You'll be able to. You can see my rules first.
Oh, okay. Before I decide to use it, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't get to know what the modifiers are, but it's a minimal.
Oh Jesus.
Wow. You only need the first one though. You don't want to get tackled. Do it. Actually, do it.
Yeah, well,
You don't want to get that.
Yeah.
will the inspiration work for both roles, or?
No, just
No.
the one. But you only need it for the
I
first
can- yeah,
one.
okay.
You just
I
need to
don't
beat a
even-
night. You beat him. Well, you need to be like a 20 something.
Well, I get a +7 to it. So that first one was actually a roll of 9.
Yeah. So you get anything. You mean
Yeah,
you'll be
I'll
fine.
roll again.
Which means you roll a 9 and a 6. What the hell kind of rolls?
Oh man!
You can't get much worse.
Oh, so
Oh, that's so close.
Alright.
You at least make it look a little closer, though. Like you shrug him off first, and then the other guy hits you. You push him away, then get tackled by the first guy.
Well, that's what it is. Is so even like he sees the guy coming from the north and kind of braces himself, and he never sees the guy coming from the south. And just as he's prepared for the onslaught, the guy hits him from behind and still barely just knocks him off his feet. But that like him falling causes the other guy to kind of like run past him, and he wastes his attempt. But then Montauk, who had like stepped back, like not out of your reach back, but just he was waiting for this, takes with his longsword and just slices down twice at you on the ground.
Okay. I don't have a dexterity bonus or anything, so my armor class is 16.
All right.
Has advantage since I'm down on the ground.
You're right. So they both miss.
I think you're just glancing off the armor.
That's exactly what it is. So it's just like you kind of catch one with your forearm, and it like
You're damn
kind
right
of
I do.
redirects the blade to your armor and then off of your armor, and the second one just goes into the dirt.
I imagine I picture like a human like warrior struggling with my arm on one side, and I'm just like clink, clink.
Right. Well, so the guy didn't grapple you. He just he like shoulder checked you off your feet.
I gotcha. Okay.
So he's not tied up with you now, which is good because it makes standing up
Oh,
a lot
that's really
easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, and just like in the melee, somehow he managed to just glance off your armor, and then you rolled out of the way the second one, and
I will take
more power
it.
to you.
Yeah, I'm not upset.
All right, so now let's see, Jake.
I actually bruised my knuckles against the fridge here while I was demonstrating.
There you go.
All right, yeah, I'm not going to move all these tokens because it's just going to take too long. But we'll do.
You can do them in bulk.
Yeah, but like it still keeps them spaced apart, so I can move like the whole crowd. But like they need to get closer together, so we're just going to theater of mind it a little bit. These are coming at Jake.
Oh no.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad. I charged, and that is absolutely what I would have done. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, smart me says no.
So you take 5 points of damage.
All right.
As,
So out of
you
curiosity, would you guys have preferred me let them capture you, or do...
Honestly, that
Well,
was,
that's what I thought we were going to do, and then you would break us out. But obviously, that plan wasn't what you were.
I'm not gonna lie. With Bjorn and Lyric, surrender had never even crossed my mind. So
I didn't think it was an option.
yeah, exactly.
I was, yeah.
What is this word surrender you speak of?
And I frankly, I really wanted to see what these things did. So that was...
you got these brand new toys. How are you not going to play with them?
Right?
So now, while you're doing this, greater invisibility says, and I have this up for the folks watching at home.
And I quote.
It just says you or a creature you touch or you drink potion of becomes invisible until the spell ends, which is a minute, so not as great as regular invisibility, which is an hour, but I got another second level spell, so I'm cool. Don't worry, guys. anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target's person. So, what I'm hearing is, because I don't see anything about me doing something, that I'm staying invisible regardless of my actions.
Yeah, so
greater
that's
invisibility you are.
basically the big difference between invisibility and greater invisibility is you can attack and stay invisible. You can cast spells and stay invisible. You just stay invisible.
I can throw more bombs.
Yep. I mean, the only thing you can't do is cast another concentration spell. But
Even though this is a potion?
So potions still require concentration.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm calling bullshit on that, Wizards of the Coast. If you'd like to be a sponsor, we'd love to have you.
You know what? Actually, that is a fair point for this.
I'm not, yeah.
We'll say
not concentrating on anything.
Concentration, but I want to look up what the rule for, because this potion is essentially a spell scroll, and I don't know if you have to maintain concentration for a spell scroll. So I will look that up between sessions. I'm not going to stop now, and it may change next session depending on what the rules as written are. But yeah, so for now it would take your concentration spot. But so the front line charges. Some of them stop for Bjorn, the others go for the prisoners, and they just cut through a bunch of them. And then the arrows from the wall follow up.
Hey, remember the time Alistair survived a third party?
Okay, you ready? Here's your rule. On page 141 of the DMG under spells, it specifically mentions potions as an exception to the rule of concentration.
Look at that. What about spell scrolls?
I'll have to look that one up. Please continue.
I don't plan on getting close enough to get hit by anything, so
Yeah, so the prisoners are all down.
no. You know what? At least they went down doing what they loved, screaming in terror and being impaled by sharp objects.
I am too.
Yeah,
we're all Radic takes one of the bodies and pulls it over.
Pulls it over the top of me. Like Platoon. In the foxhole. I'm not here.
Ooh, goodness, guys.
So I'm holding off like 100.
Don't worry, I'll be there someday.
Radic, so
I got some things
Brother Radic, since you used your action to do that, I'm going to give you the benefit of saying you took the hide action. Mm-hmm. So give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Or a performance check
or
to play dead, if you prefer.
Yeah, I was kind of going with the play dead. So we're going to go with that performance because my stealth is well, I'll probably fuck this up too, but let's do it. Yeah. It's like I'm pretending to be dead, but I keep looking and then I'll stop.
and he just keeps talking.
Yeah, that's the big
they rolled
problem.
a 6 though.
So luckily there are enough dead bodies around you that they don't seem to notice.
Nice. That's what I'm talking about.
And that's going to bring us back to the top of the order, Leoric.
Can I get up and attack or how does that work?
So standing up takes half your movement, but it doesn't require any special.
I'm not moving anywhere. I'm just going to stand up and take another swing at Montauk.
There you go.
And like as I'm standing, I'm swinging upwards at him.
Excellent. That will miss.
Yep.
So he just that's kind of what he's waiting for. Is he stabbed at you and then he stabbed again, and instead of trying to risk a third attack, he kind of waited and just was waiting for you to stand up and swing at him, and he just kind of stepped backwards and easily got out of the way.
Fair enough.
Asshole.
What an asshole.
Yeah, dick.
And he's yelling like some Anakin shit at you. He's like, "Why? You were supposed to be my brother."
I mean, to be fair, we were never that close.
Leoric is kind of confused.
I am
brother is strong.
I am so sorry, Montauk. I don't know what came up. You're right. Can we? You know what? Everybody, stop. Let's hug it out.
That's fair enough, right there.
Honestly, you could probably have yelled like I had warned you against harming the innocent.
That's fair. All right,
You did.
Alistair Grant. Oh boy, Alistair Grant.
All of these guys are facing the other direction, right?
They're facing north.
Yeah.
Facing where the screaming dwarf is.
And they're like a little, for all intents and purposes, they're kind of more up this way and tightly clustered, but it just takes too long to move in each individual token. So
I'm really I got you guys in the wrong spots actually. I'm really sorry, Bjorn, but I gotta drink this potion first. So I drink this potion as my action and then move my 30 feet. Right about here, still hugging the building. That's all I got.
You drank the potion of greater invisibility?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I did. How far is... Hold on. Hold on.
Hold the phone.
Wait a minute.
On the upside for Bjorn, I mean, how many people can attack him at once?
That's true.
60-foot range.
That damage for me? Okay, cool. I just want to double check.
Oh, the 60-foot range, but he's in between a building. Are we going to say he's 55 feet away from me? But in between, there's a building in between us. What will we say?
What's the spell?
Healing word.
Does it say target you can see?
That's a great question. I'm just going to roll it here. And just, we're not casting it yet. Oh, it doesn't say. Shit. That you can see. Yeah, it says you can see.
Balls.
Sorry. Never mind. I am going to make sure that I can see this next time.
Does the barbarian get any kind of like healing abilities?
No.
No. Well, I mean, he takes half damage. It's still pretty good.
Points later.
It's called a cleric.
You know what?
I mean, considering, taking half damage is kind of like having a healing ability, honestly.
Yeah.
It's true. Adam, I would allow you to burn inspiration to be able to cast that spell.
I will do it.
All right.
Hot damn, I love the loyalty.
This would only be for Bjorn. No offense, but I don't really care about the other two guys. And Bjorn, I only slightly like.
And this after he threw up on you.
Yeah, like I have books you need.
I mean,
well, no, if you protect your muscle, then your muscle protects you. That's,
I mean, do we just use the 5 I already rolled here?
Yeah, keep that.
All right, so it's only 5, but
I'll take it.
I mean, that's another round.
I think that's back to, that's more than
that's the damage you just took.
Yeah,
like it negated a round of attacks.
Actually, more than I had before.
There you go. All right.
From some mysterious source, you feel rejuvenated.
Oh, Radic, I accidentally deleted you off the initiative, but I know you go after Alistair. So, Brother Radic, you are up, but there are 3 or 4 men.
Oh, by the way, and what you heard softly was, health? You need some hit points, health? Only 5 hit points, health.
No, that doesn't work. It's got, because you were prompted this evening. I want to hear you sing next adventure.
First of all, I did a performance in season 1, The Birth of Alistair.
Did you?
Yeah.
5 people had to die.
The first episode. Yeah,
that was like the 3rd episode.
Yeah, on a stage even, right?
Yeah, there was a whole stage and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's
right before I solved the mystery. Alistair was really the only useful. I mean, the other characters and players were great, but Alistair was really the only one who did anything, which is funny because of who he is. The only one who actually accomplished anything.
And he didn't care.
Yeah.
We're hearing this from Alistair.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? You can go back and watch. It's
the first thing
I just had to say
is
Brother Radic.
I'm going to save that. So I'm going to turn And because after I saw all these poor people just get cut down, I was like, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. Gotta admit.
Sure.
Turn around, and I'm gonna do burning hands on this lot right there.
Excellent.
So
Is that a line or a cone?
it's a cone, so I can get those 3.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So 10 points. Oh, I don't have any of the descriptions in my stuff. That's kind of crap. I'm pretty sure they get a saving throw.
Yeah, it's a dex save.
It's simultaneously the best and worst roll combined, too.
And my DC is it's 14. Yes, they all fail. Woo!
Excellent.
Nice job.
So basically what it is like you kind of move a little bit as you're doing the somatic component for the spell, and you catch the guy's attention. There's all these dead bodies, and he kind of cranes over, and he's looking just as you roll up and just like shoot this cone of flame out at him, and it's just face first. And
I think, let me see here. Pretty sure their shit's gonna combust.
Yeah, their cloth will burn.
Yeah,
Their cloth hide, leather.
Yeah.
well, it's not things that aren't worn or carried. Typically, spells impact.
Yeah. So let's see. Is that
The bodies.
Yeah, there's some
You've
smoldering.
created a funeral pyre.
I gotta say, I really don't like D&D Beyond. But if you'd like to be a sponsor,
We'd love to have you. Love.
I guess I would probably like it more if
If
I
you actually paid for it.
paid
yeah.
for the service.
It's real. There's really a lot of cool stuff that you can do with D&D Beyond, and I'm not just saying this
If
because
you're
I want
willing
their
to spend money.
sponsorship. Right.
Right.
Although that's mostly why I'm saying it.
If you
Actually,
are
I have no idea what
like me, Geigers 5e D&D, they got everything.
Everything's being shut down, man. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually
That's
I
why.
blew up their spot. Sorry, Geigers, no one's listening.
Here we go. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see
One
here.
of the 5 people watching is from D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
I knew I'd catch them one day.
That's it. That's specifically their job, is just to listen to our shitty shows so they can pick up people to shut
Yeah,
down.
until we slip up and sell people
There
out.
we go, cleric. So burning hands is a wizard spell, right? But I have it because of my Doomahicker.
Magic
So
initiate.
there it is. Okay, I found it. So no, because I'm a priest of light.
Oh, yeah.
Hands, 15-foot cone, dex saving throw, 3d6. We already got the damage. Facing fire ignites any flammable objects that are in the area that aren't being worn or carried, so it doesn't affect that. That'd be cool if they burst into flames. So, but
That'd be
That
awesome.
would be cool.
They're all in hide armor, just burning.
There is some other spell that does do that.
yeah. So okay, so I lit them on fire, and
So the one who you like, the other two you can see are on fire and fall to the ground behind him. This guy just took it right to the face, and like once it clears, he's just smiling at you.
I will stand up and
Although
say,
he's got like half a goatee now.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will stand up, do my my burning hands, and say, Amon has judged you and found you wanting. Repent before me.
I like it. He's got his axe raised, and goodness me.
Okay, that's it.
Bjorn, twice Crusher.
All right. Well, on the plus side, it just means I don't have to go anywhere to kill. But,
No walking for you, man. You're
all right, so the first guy attacked. I'm just gonna shoulder check him with the spiked armor, bonus attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reckless.
Sure.
Why can't I find it? There we go.
You going against the blue guy, or who are you going up against?
The first guy
The
attacked
first,
is the
yeah.
blue guy, I believe.
Which that will finish him.
Yeah, so do I even have to roll damage?
Nope.
Okay. And then the lieutenant, I'm going to hit with my maul. Just swing it down at him overhand.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Damage. All right, so he manages to he tries to parry it away with he has a mace.
Oh, I get sorry, that'd be 14.
Okay.
Because with my rage.
So let me look up his hit points.
I just want to get that in there before I forget.
Yeah. Jake gets to see behind the curtain.
I'm not looking now.
All right, yeah. So he takes it. He tries to parry it away, and it just goes right through his mace and hits him in the chest plate. But he seems sturdy. And
He'll feel that in the morning.
Yes, he will.
I almost wore the same shirt today, Will.
This one?
Yeah.
Should have. We could have been like,
Yeah, I know,
I'm
it
just
would have been
screaming
cool.
right in his face.
we'd have been D&D.
Flying out everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next time we have to coordinate our outfits a little better.
Yes, I agree. I thought this was our Friday shirt.
Emma. Oh, Michael. Is this Michael watching? The DMG page 141. Spell scrolls require concentration, but I'm drinking a potion.
yeah, but potions don't there's no potion for fireball.
but
I'm talking about the invisibility.
Yeah, the potion.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Potions
the
do
fireball.
not,
Yeah.
Scroll does. Scroll
there are
does.
potions for invisibility. I know that much.
Michael, thank you for watching Ravanna, and you should, if you like this, you should check out Return to the Banded Kingdoms on Tuesdays because you're awesome to watch.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then, with Michael's insights, I will say that for this case, the invisibility does not require concentration.
But potions do not. Michael knows
Correct. Yep. No, you don't
Potions
need
do not.
concentration.
I already
Yeah.
said that. You didn't what? You believe Mike?
We believe Michael over you any day of the week, of course.
He's just a more credible source.
That's so true.
I don't remember
Yeah, it is.
Will talking. I just remember this Michael guy.
Yeah, right. All right. So now they're kind of starting to close in around you guys. You've lost all your meat shields.
Oh, what's this guy still doing here?
He got forgotten.
He's hanging out.
I think
He would have
it
moved,
first
right?
in my group.
He would have
yeah.
moved.
No, he just didn't get highlighted with everybody
Okay,
else.
good.
He's coming for you, brother.
He'll never find me.
They really don't like me. That's really what it's down to.
I mean, you were shouting about ripping out their leader's lungs like a crazy.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean,
gonna happen.
they're really in close proximity. They're surrounding you.
Yeah,
I wonder what this mystery ball does.
I'm
You
We're
can
gonna
give
find-
me a check.
very dead, aren't I?
Arcana?
Yes.
You're not dead till the last.
I am also,
death-saving
by the
throw.
way, a magic initiate.
Okay.
Just in case that helps at all. So a 17 Arcana.
That is a healing orb. It is like a spell bomb that acts as the spell Healing Spirit.
I put that in my pack.
Oh man, those are bad, Jake. Those were bad rolls.
Yeah, I'm very dead, I think.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Two natural
5
20s.
hits, 2 crit.
Oh shit.
You guys,
Dun, dun.
nice knowing you.
All right,
How many can attack him at once?
6.
Okay.
They had advantage.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I was just looking at that. I'm like, wow.
That's a lot of dice, I know.
Yeah.
That's a big pile on a dwarf.
So I feel bad, Jake, because before the stream started, I was saying how I think it's almost always a good idea to go reckless.
It definitely got
But
me
when
killed.
you get one attack per turn and you're surrounded by a million people,
Yeah, bad idea.
Yeah.
slash,
You know what the saddest part is? I wasted a spell healing you for 5 points.
Yep.
I healed him for 8 points, but it wasn't a waste.
I killed the guy.
Yeah.
A guy.
I mean, I killed 25. The number keeps going up, by the way.
1, 2, 4.
As it should, sir.
How much hit points do you have? You took 13 points of damage. How many
That's
hit
not
points?
I have 3 left.
Holy shit.
Wait, hold on. And that's with you. So you only took how many points with rage? Oh, that's with the
That's
rage.
with rage. Yeah, it was 26 otherwise.
Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You took
24.
14 points of damage. It was 28
Okay.
otherwise.
So I have 2 left.
That's all you need.
Yeah,
Two
so
more
none
than
of
I
you
need.
guys saw that, but somewhere in your mind's eye, you feel like Bjorn just got stabbed 5 times while he's already bloody shit, and he's just sat there like laughing blood in their faces.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. At least he has one more time to kill at least one guy.
Oh, there's gonna be more than one.
So, Brother Raddick,
Yeah. What's up?
I'm gonna hit the bathroom.
well, we'll just go with the first guy first.
I say, son, you don't want to do that.
Oh man.
I forgot he was talked like Foghorn Leghorn.
Well, I'll
And
say.
there it is. It worked.
7
Repent, I
points of
said.
damage.
Oh, he hit me with an 18. Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Uh,
That
No.
was just, he was the one who had his axe up, and he just came right down on you.
None of the other guys are the other guys closing in to attack.
Yeah,
me?
so that's what comes next. Is these guys come charging in because there were a bunch of prisoners, and then they couldn't really see around the house, so they come charging in, expecting more of a fight, to realize that it's just you,
Mhm.
and they kind of surround you and hold the action. It's just like this guy's not worth killing, right? It's just so they're like, and it's they're kind of looking at you like
So
a
if
child.
they're not charging to attack me, they're like holding, right?
Yeah, so they've surrounded
So-
you and held their action.
But were they closing it at the same time as this guy was coming to attack me, as in like this, or were they just like coming up? Because
So
I can
he
do.
was right
I
there.
have a re-
with
I
that
have a
axe raise,
react-
so he comes down, and then everybody else comes in and surrounds you afterwards.
I guess what I'm going to do is I will do my reaction then on the guy who hit me. So
Okay.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a warding flare, and so he will have disadvantage on his attack, so he will have to roll again.
Oh, excellent. Nice. Yeah.
Man, fuck
Same
you.
thing. He's in the zone, man.
Yeah, he is. So I
Yeah.
took 5. So I took 5 points of damage. Did you say
6 points of damage.
After
6
all
points? Okay. Yeah, he is in the zone. That ass.
All right.
The zone
Josh.
Yep, bring it.
So 17.
You don't die before I save you guys. Come on.
I'm fine. I've been charging into all this stuff, and somehow I'm like not scratched yet. I'm
Yeah.
probably gonna die now.
I was gonna say now's the chance.
Really?
That's
Like this one turn, I'm dead. Like Bjorn's been stabbed like 70 times by now, but I'm gonna get hit once, and that's that.
You got hit once.
so true.
You're a lucky bastard.
Oh, hold on.
If that 17 has modifiers, it might hit. Otherwise, no.
Yeah, the 17 has got modifiers.
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
It has a, let me see. I think it's a plus.
But that's a natural 1 too.
Oh.
Yeah, that one misses. So, I mean, the only one of them is going to hit.
Don't worry,
what is-
Bjorn. I can.
Plus 5 modifier to hit.
Okay.
I'm gonna Bjorn. I'm gonna slow your inevitable death.
I'll take as many as I can.
I mean,
Oh, shit. Sorry, Josh. I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to be fine because you're just got the benefit of some shitty rolls, but I forgot that the lieutenants get 2 attacks, not 1. All right, so 2 hits. You are, for the record, standing in there against what would be a fair CR for the entire party.
Which one? I mean, they're both. Well, all
Yeah,
3 of them
well,
are kind of
well,
fucked here.
every single person. But, yeah. I don't know what the damage is.
You did warn us not to take on the fort.
I was specifically given information about how to take on the fort, so I'm very confused.
I mean,
Like, I don't remember any warning not to. After, I was given hours.
I think the fact that it came with there's about 100 guys in here. That right there is called a warning.
And then I was given like.
I mean,
all these
I've already
possibilities
taken out
as to
50.
how to do it.
I've killed 20-ish now.
yeah. All right.
And I like to point out Alistair has grown from like 12 to 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait until he's telling the story back home.
Yeah, that's gonna be. Once you guys can't refute it.
Yep.
Jordan only killed one. I killed the rest.
So that's 10 points of damage, Josh.
All right. Hold on 1 second here. I'm
And
gonna use my
meanwhile,
reaction.
what happened was 4 people have surrounded you, and 3 of them have 2 weapons out and are just like hacking away. And you're just kind of like rolling and moving, and somehow it's like Muhammad Ali, where it like just nothing hits, or like 2 hit, but out of what is that, 8 attacks or 7 attacks. So it's just like
I'm gonna use my stones
Worry.
endurance.
okay.
Which it's the for the Goliath. Let me see here. It's that.
Yeah, shrug that crap off.
Nice. All right, so I'm assuming you're going to want to do it to the first attack, which was for 7. Like first one was for 7, second one was for 3.
Oh yeah, I guess I do have to reduce this one attack. You said 12, so I was like, ah.
Yeah, I was piling them both together.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'll do it for the larger damaging one.
Okay.
Plus, let me make sure I'm doing this right here. It says I add my Constitution modifiers.
Yep.
No, all right, never mind. That's not the save. I was looking at the proficiency bonus too. I shrug off 5 of it. So
So you take 5 damage instead of 10.
all right,
Total.
not bad.
Oh, not too shabby.
And I still got a second win coming.
Nice.
All right, and that's so yeah, Jake got walloped on, Josh got walloped on. Radek, you are surrounded with a bunch of men holding their action. Just they haven't even called for your retreat or your surrender. They're just looking at you like, what the fuck are you even doing here? How are you still alive?
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, it is rude.
That's incredibly rude. I can't believe they're that rude.
Well, I mean, to this point, they just see a huge Goliath and a battle-raging dwarf in spiked armor, and then there's you. One of these things is not like the other.
That's
And
right.
And flaming death from above.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I'm not above them.
I'm talking about
So-
me.
No, yeah, that's Alistair.
Although, to be fair, you were flaming death from below.
Hell style. All right, Lorik, you're up.
Shoot. I don't have much else. I'm just taking another swing at their chief there.
Okay, good. All right. Oh, nice. That one looked like it hurt him. So, like, there were parts of his flesh that were burned, and you stabbed him before, but this is the first time you see, like, his knee buckle, because he is just a hardy guy, and he's still standing in front of you, but it was a blow.
Good. I need probably a few more of those. I might have a few more in me.
Right? This is just insane.
Let's see how long I can hold off the army behind you.
Alistair Grant, we're gonna. What's it gonna be?
All right, I pull out Shatterball.
Yep.
Run here. Still invisible. I want to throw it. It's kind of. Hold on. Oops, I lost my. I want to throw it. Over. Oops. like right over here, like sort of bowling ball style it, because I want to get all of these guys except for my pal in the center here.
So that's gonna like, yeah, okay, all right. So you're gonna have to like limit greatly how many you can get if you're gonna try to keep him
All
out.
right,
Of it.
so like if I'm, all right, so
Stop to consider what is gonna cause him more danger or damage: getting hit with a spell bomb or having dozens of people around him ready to stab him.
a little from column A, a little from column B. All right, in that case, I'm gonna move to my regular spot over here, and I'm just gonna toss the ball over here.
Just right into the horde.
Into this group, into this horde over here behind him.
Excellent. What's the radius on Shatter?
It's only 10 feet. It looks like a 10-foot sphere. Hold on.
Yep. I was assuming it was 20 feet when I made this.
A 10-foot radius. Do you want to use 20?
Yeah, I'm going to use it. I'll give you 20. That's what I figured it was.
All right, well, I'm throwing the motherfucker in there.
For the record, when I stabbed Montauk again, I just yelled, "Yield!"
So that's 11. I don't know why it's adding. It's weird because it doesn't want me to be as weak as I am, so it's taking away the one, but then adding one back.
Right.
And then I've got another, so that's why it's...
You know what? I'll give you the benefit. I'll treat a spell bomb like a finesse weapon. You can add the dex instead. 11, honestly, would be okay.
I mean, in that case, it would be, with the same roll, it would be 13, 14, 15.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, like a 15 if you were trying to throw it over a building or really far would be necessary, but considering you're just kind of...
I'm just dropping it into the middle of this fucking horde over here.
Like, it's any, like, 10 would have been fine.
It's kind of like the old, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar skyhook.
That's it.
All right, let's see.
So Shatter is... It's not as good as what 3d8 Thunder.
That's pretty good. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not as good as the Fireball.
No.
No, but it is going to blow up some fucking buildings.
Fuck yeah, it is.
All right, let's see. And it's a 4th level Shatter.
7, 8, and 8.
Level.
23.
Give me one more D8 as well, just for fun, because it was 3rd level.
Wow, that's
another
good
7.
right there.
Woo!
Even 30.
Well, we killed Radek and me.
I'm on the other side of the building.
No, you're Radek.
I got it in the right spot. You'll be fine.
Saves.
Plus, there might be some fear now because
you as well.
Because again, all there is nothing, glowing ball in the air, clink, 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 clink.
No,
Boom!
All right, Radek, what is yours?
My what?
Dex save.
Where did you do it? Ping it.
I mean,
it was like right in the middle of the whole group.
You're
right. Oh, you did it right here?
Yeah, in the middle of that group.
Ah, dude.
It gets everybody else though. Be happy.
Yeah, like if we live through this, we're gonna be okay.
I'll wait. I can wake you back up, asshole. I'm just taking down everybody.
No, you can't. You don't have bard powers. You're not a bard.
Huh? What was that dwarf thing you said I had?
You said Dex, right? Okay, 18.
1 hit point. Okay, that's what I thought. It's actually a barbarian thing, not a dwarf thing.
No, it's a dwarf thing. It's actually an orc thing, but I gave you it flavor.
Okay. Cool.
Or, I don't know.
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
That was yeah. Because we're assuming.
All right, so yeah, Will
save here,
passes.
right?
So you take half damage. So Will, you take 15.
I'm still up.
Barely.
I'm gonna get you back up. Don't worry, buddy.
I'm not down.
No, I'm talking about Bjorn. You're not my
Oh,
buddy. You may be in real life, but not in this. I don't give a shit about you in this game.
Oh,
all right, and
if this were real life, man, I would heal you.
There you go. Thank you. I don't know how you would do that, and I don't know if I want to know how you would do that.
I'm going mouth to mouth.
all right, so Josh just.
All right, well that's good. I'll accept that. That's
All right, there you go.
Rumble from the buildings.
Yeah, by 1. Like it was 1 through 49 was he'd have to make a dex save. 50 through 100 was he was fine. And I suppose I could have done 1d2 and accomplished the same thing. Let's see if Adam gets any blowback.
Oh.
He has easier chance. Oh yeah, he's fine. All right. And
So how many? I'm curious to see how many I took off the board here.
yeah, that's gonna be fun.
'Cause I'm already at 75 kills. Confirmed.
We're never
Confirmed.
Yeah.
a legion.
It's totally true. We seen it.
So the answer is everybody who's not lieutenants.
What about the one I hurt?
Without and that one.
Did I also wipe out Bjorn?
So I did on accident, but he's okay.
I will be coming back, basically.
So basically, what you see is this building, and part of this building are just obliterated. So there's just like chunks of flying stone. This guy actually gets hit in the head with one and is killed over by Josh at Montauk. And there's a couple, like say 3 or 4 lieutenants who are still alive, but like
They're fucked up.
they're fucked. They're like hands and knees, bleeding from the ears. Like they're out of the fight. And all that's left now really are the archers along the wall and along top of the buildings here. And and you watch as as it explodes, Bjorn is just blasted into this building as the building is just vaporized. And you're just like, that's it. Like he took it as hard as anybody else. And somehow after it clears, you see this rubble move and he just gets up to his feet, brushing dust off of himself.
And as he does that, I cast my bonus action and say, "Help me! Help me! Help me again!" And cast Healing Word.
For the record, I'm still screaming, I'm going to rip Montauk.
You never stop. Another 6 points.
He's raging.
I think you got to start singing something that's within the past 10 years for
I don't know anything for the past 10 years.
Well, when did "Oops, I Healed You Again"? When did that?
I don't know, but I'll use that next time.
Are you upset that there was a Nirvana reference instead of a Britney Spears?
That's weird.
No,
you know what? That's it.
No.
No more mouth to mouth for you.
I'm on the highway to hell.
Oh, that's another good one.
There it is.
All right, so and also I should mention that is an absolutely deafening explosion. You guys are actually everybody give me wisdom saves to see just like how disoriented you are from all of that.
Me too, even though I'm prepared for it.
No.
God.
Okay.
That's a natural one.
Yeah. I mean, you died and came back to life, so that's I'm still scared.
You couldn't hear over your own screaming anyway.
How Jake didn't die? We swapped out most of the dwarven features. For Jake got, I think it's an orc normally ability where when you the first time you're dropped to 0, you come back with 1, and that's
Orc is
Dwarven
And
endurance.
now he has 7.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm very out of it, but screaming for Montauk's life.
Super fucking
And
indulgent.
another cheer from Glorian 69. This just in: Josh also has a small penis.
This just in.
That's news. I don't think we've heard that yet.
No, breaking news here in Ravanna.
It's small, but it's fierce.
I didn't know you guys were that close.
He may be a Goliath, but not in the pants.
All right.
All right, who's
All right,
next?
So
I'm done with my turn. I've moved. I've thrown. I've
excellent.
shattered. I've healed.
So how
I've
disorganized?
loved. I've lost.
Am I stumbling wreck?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
You ain't doing shit.
That's what I figured. That's
Yeah.
what I should put myself in.
With a natural 1, you are just stunned, like straight stunned.
I'm imagining I'm in that building's rubble now.
Yep. Radic, how'd you do? All right. So yeah, you're hurt, but you're alive. You've still got, not this guard, but I deleted the wrong one. So that guy got obliterated. There's one guard getting like on his hands and knees trying to find his feet to your left. But other than that, it seems like there's just a lot of body parts and stone and chunks
Roughly
of wood.
how many people did I take out?
I can see basically that.
That would probably be, I'd guess, 24 people.
All right, we'll call it.
Maybe more.
We'll call it even 30.
Yeah, that was a big bomb in a cluster of people.
Yeah.
So
I'll say 30, maybe 40.
All told, Alistair killed a total.
Yeah. Well, we're saying I'm at a half 100 right now.
wait, you went down.
We'll see again because you guys are still alive.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotcha. But I can see that there's this guy here. I know that these guys are still roaming around there and whatnot. So what I'm going to do?
I'd like to think that you all have a little bit more respect for me now.
No, because we don't know who did this.
Yeah, right?
As far as we know, it has been me praying to Amon, and he's been shouting down his holy
I'm
fury.
absolutely going to take credit for it.
Berkner's gonna pop up like, it was me.
Yeah.
I mean, they were his bombs. So,
So I'm going to use my Radiance of the Dawn, starting at 2nd level as an action. You can present your holy symbol in any magical darkness within 30 feet of your dispels. That doesn't care. Additionally, each hostile creature within 30 feet of you must make a Constitution saving throw. A creature that or takes radiant damage equal to 2d10 plus my cleric level. 30
That's
feet.
everyone. Say that again. Every
Every
hostile
hostile.
creature within
Every
30
hostile
feet.
within 30 feet, and 30 feet gets everybody except these. I think these guys right down here. It might even.
Well, they're
get,
up
What
on
about
the- they're up on
Alistair?
the-
Alistair, I'm pretty sure is passive aggressive towards him.
He's out of the range.
that's
He's-
true. Alistair. Oh, he's just out there.
Yeah.
Looking at there. And
You
it
know
doesn't
what? I
look
might
like-
start becoming hostile toward you.
So they, yeah. So basically, all except for these guys right here on the
What about
roof
the wall archers too?
and the wall archers and Alistair.
And these guys, even though they're 30 feet away, they're also
also
like
up.
8 feet up because they're on a building, so they're out.
Yeah.
So a Constitution saving throw versus DC 14.
All right. So I'm only going to roll for the Montauk and his 2 guards near Lorik because they haven't taken too much damage. The other guys are just going to die regardless. They're like on death.
Oh, look at that 3, 3, and 3. 9 points. But it's like it's sort of like the center of a nuclear bomb. It's just like this light that glows around me and just like goes out in a big old circle.
Yep. There's just shadows.
All right. So
Then now are all the archers are all around, or are they just concentrated over here?
the archers are along the wall, like that. This is on top of the wall.
Right. Okay. So this building is still standing, but there's a
There's
convenient
There's like
hole.
chunks of it that have fallen.
So
apart,
it's
yeah.
like, yeah, like,
But there's a convenient hole. I can just scramble into the building, right?
oh yeah, right here. That's like this whole corner is just.
It's
gone.
no
okay.
longer up to code.
Yeah. So I'm going to go in there and take some refuge so I can heal myself after this.
Sure.
Actually, weird question because this one actually like is the homebrewed dwarven endurance thing. Would I still be raging or no? Because I technically
No.
died and came
Yeah,
back.
you're
I wasn't
gonna-
sure.
You have more than one rage,
Yes.
though.
Yes.
No, I don't because I haven't rested. That's my last rage.
Oh,
it
you
you are-
raged earlier?
You are still
Oh,
raging.
that's right. You did rage before, yeah.
Yep.
But
So are you still raging?
So
I am.
He was,
Okay.
but he's not going to be, and it's the
Because I'm
stun
stunned.
that fucks you up
Yeah.
because nobody is damaging you and you're not attacking for sure. But
Yeah.
in another circumstance,
I would
where
still
you,
rage.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay, I just wanted to double check for clarity's sake. I had no honest idea.
Yep.
I had no dishonest idea either.
It's time to go. So
It's time to go.
Way to go, guys. Congratulations. All right, so Montauk is going to call to his men and make a break for it. He's going to provoke an opportunity attack from Josh as he flees.
Did he run right past me too?
No, I mean like in that general area, but like.
All right. I don't even have my sword out. So
Yeah. Honestly, if you were 5 feet more,
You punch him in the
like
neck.
north, you'd catch them. But it's like right now they're just making a straight line, and that's because you're invisible. Like
Yeah.
if you were visible, they could just easily.
yeah, I get you.
That's on Montauk, right, Josh?
I think I hit him pretty hard, guys.
You did.
Is
hit him.
Montauk dead?
No, but he is not good.
He has to come back and play our villain in the future, so he can't.
Well, no, that's not true. What he has is 2 hit points, and if anybody wants to take a shot at Montauk, he will die.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking.
Is it my turn now after the guards and everything?
Yeah, you're next.
Yes.
Can I charge him and still attack him?
Isn't he like full?
So you can, but give me a perception check. Well, actually, that's not true. You just do it off your passive perception. So what you've seen is him fleeing towards the gate, and there are still, I don't know, some of these guys got deleted, but there's still 10 archers on the wall here that he is fleeing towards that have used their action to knock arrows and cover his retreat. So you definitely can. Like you can reach him. Well, no, you wouldn't be able to reach him in attack because you'd have to double move. You can keep pacing.
10 archers? Oh, I can't attack him at all?
No, so he used his action and his move action to just
to run.
book it. So to keep up with him, you have to do the same thing.
He's full on routing.
Yep.
That's fair.
If you have a ranged weapon, you can move 30 feet and then do that. But in terms of melee,
I gave one of my guys I gave the prisoners my weapons.
Sure.
I think those
Otherwise,
are
I would have ran and just heaved my hand axe at him.
Yeah, I mean, you can throw any weapon. Like you can throw a non-thrown weapon.
That's great sword.
It's just at disadvantage.
Well, I wouldn't throw that great sword.
I figured, but
Just, I mean, there are weapons laying around on the ground. Could I scoop one up as I run?
give me a perception check, because that's a lot of them have been like they're buried in stone and are damaged.
Passive perception work at all for that?
No, that's a
14.
perception check.
Nice.
Another solid
Just
8.
throw a rock at him.
Right.
Yeah,
A
like
chunk
I'm
of
far from a
building.
rock.
It'll
Rubble,
piss him
part
off
of the
on the way
building.
out. That's for sure.
Anything I can throw.
I don't know, man. You get a good enough throw, 2 hit points, man.
All right. I will
I
give
can
you.
kill him. I got him.
if
I mean,
you
I'm not
move
saying
your
don't throw a rock at him, but
30 feet. I'll give you an attack with a rock at disadvantage, but he also has half cover because of his people forming his guys behind him. So it's disadvantage and
All right, so they're running at a full tilt and can form a shield wall.
no, they're just in between
Because
you
if I
and
can
him.
catch him in it,
They're just in between you and him.
Yeah, basically
So-
just like you'd hit one of them, but they're not necessarily blocking it.
Right. It's just they're just an obs. He has half cover because they're not like trying to hold up their shield or defend him. They're just in between you and him.
all right.
So you just fuck up a guard instead of him. If you hit it.
All right. I will roll. I got this a regular attack with disadvantage. Ignore,
Yes.
ignore whatever damage then shows up here.
Sure.
It's 15.
All right. So that is 13 because of the half cover. 15, I think, would have missed anyway, but it would have been closer.
All right. Well, I peg one of them pretty hard.
back of the head.
Ow, he says.
Yeah, no, so the stone just, you tried to whip it and you end up going high with it and it just soars over their heads. But Alistair is up now.
All right, I'm going to move 10 feet this way, so I got a clear view of them. And then I cast, I say, I'd really appreciate it if you died. And and cast Eldritch Blast as a magic initiate.
What? How do you get Eldritch Blast?
I'm a
This guy's
magic
great.
initiate.
Oh, man.
Oops, hold on. I think of the wrong thing. It just told you what that was, which is not
Right.
helpful.
Let's see the damage, you son of a bitch.
Hold on.
Or the attack,
1d10 force damage on an attack.
We got to roll the attack, yeah.
Yeah.
What if it does 1 damage?
That'd be
There's
really
no
funny.
modifier. There's no guarantee.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Where the? Oh, here we go. Attack.
He's still got to hit him.
All right, hold on. I'm doing it again. 23.
Oh, wow.
Oh, shit. All right.
Come on. Nothing happened. I'll just roll a 1d10.
Roll a d10. Don't roll a 1.
I got it. 4.
Ah.
51.
Motherfucker.
And
Yeah,
then I continue my movement. That's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 behind this building.
Excellent.
Still invisible.
His men are trying to. Well, not yet because it's not their turn. Radek, you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm going to heal myself.
All right. Bjorn, give me a wisdom save.
Not intelligence.
That's a check. This is
Oh,
your
cool.
saves.
Okay, I got 9.
Yeah, you're still stunned. Your ears are ringing and your vision shaky, and you got blown up. Man.
Oh yeah, I'm just imagining myself swinging my hammer wildly, just confused.
Just stumbling around the rubble of what used to be a building.
Still roaring for Montauk.
He's dead. He's dead. You're still like, I'll tear his lungs out.
I mean, it's easier now to do.
Right.
He's dead, Jim. Yeah, but they're carrying him away, man.
Yeah, so they pick him up and
I don't care what they do with his body.
they're trying to move with him. But they're slow.
I mean, they could make love to it right there. I don't give a
Ah.
shit. It's none of my...
That just took a turn.
To say the least.
Yeah.
And then
There's
once
a
they
shit.
make
By
it,
the way, there's a lot more gold up in the keep. So let them
Oh,
go.
that's cool. We could give it to the families of these poor people who.
I have to get to that
That's
before
not your
you
goal.
do. Is what I'm. Yeah, I've got to get to that before you do.
If you guys had let me kill Berkner.
Berkner's still in the temple.
yeah, he's just chilling.
Goddamn Yeti could have helped us.
He's
We
just
don't
sitting
need
back
him.
there like, oh wow, oh shit,
I
oh man.
fucked this fort up. The most
no, he is.
ridiculous one of all of us.
Yep. But it's his fort now.
It's
And
my
that's-
fort. Fuck yeah, it is.
Berkner's fort.
Nope, Alistair's fort now.
All right. So yeah, they make it just outside the gates, and you watch the archers start hopping down behind them and trying to make their escape.
There's still a few guys in here.
That's true.
Which I'm sure the rest of you will want to deal with.
I mean, these guys were moving with Montauk. I just kind of forgot about the tokens.
I don't know if we kill all those guys. That's at least what 75. That's like 85 guys right there.
No, this would be, yeah, that's true. That would be. This would be like 80 to 85
Yeah.
fighting men.
They said we needed 1,000 people to take a fort. We needed 25 meat shields.
The whole, like, I think you're familiar enough with the way forts work. That's a siege. Like
Yeah.
Right.
the whole,
Not chaos.
not just
Not a comedy of errors that just
Right.
killed
And
all
big
of the
bombs.
wrong people instead of us.
Well, to be fair, they shot down everybody first, and then we were
Yeah.
then did what we did. We didn't kill none of those people.
No,
I'm pretty sure this was more or less my plan.
more or less.
With maybe a few more survivors. Yeah, these guys are dead. Yeah, actually, those guys survived. Yeah, all right, so that's it. So they've come to retreat, and now it's this kind of awkward thing where there's still like 100 warband civilians in this like all these buildings.
How many died in the explosions? That's what I wanted.
Some, definitely some. You're thrashing about their corpses right now. They were in the building you got blown into.
I'm still thrashing for the record.
Well, Lorik, you've got an instant following right here that maybe we should capitalize on this.
Oh, actually, Brother Radek, that's where. So you went to take shelter in this, and you're healing yourself, and there's just like 6 or 7 people crouched in the corner of this building, just terrified.
Oh, my children now. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's just going to be fine. You don't have to worry at all. I think all the badness is done.
The badness is you killing all their friends and family.
Well,
you're not getting the best response.
It's I'm still invisible.
I'm
marking off another. I still got another.
Is this where I start to realize that these people are just belong to they're not inhabitants. They were followers, right? So.
Oh yeah, no. These are North Erglians. These are the women and children and elderly of the warband that you just.
Gotcha. It might not be a half bad idea if y'all just like pick up them youngins and start running. Follow them on out of here. It's an idea.
So when you say that, they like very slowly inch past you, like they're waiting for some sort of move, and then when they get to the entrance to the building, just take off running.
By the way, I've double moved over here.
At this point, we're out of initiative.
All right. Well, I'm just because I've only have about
say 30 seconds.
Well, I got some more time than that. I'm gonna run as fast as I can then into the back door,
He's going
up the
after
stairs, invisible. Because I only used 4 rounds. Well, it's a minute. Yeah, I probably got about.
Adam, you can't do everything.
No, you're right. I've lost invisibility at this point. Once I get to this door, I've lost invisibility.
Sure.
But I go back in the way I came in the back door and head back upstairs. Because I got to get some more pockets of coin before Radek gives it away to everybody.
So you go up, and what do you see? But Berkner in his office, in his study, and he's very happy to see you.
Well, good news is that we saved the fort, all for you, of course. And I think you mentioned something about a reward.
The orc actually would have went down into the temple looking for Berkner, so he's wandering around in that labyrinth like,
where the fuck did he go?
Yeah, so he was like, well, I'm awfully impressed with how you handled yourself. I took my opportunity to come up here. I thought I was going to have to sneak out the trap door with my...
I told you we had everything under control.
You exceeded my expectations, really, just...
So that means a bonus upon the reward is what you're saying.
Well, so you see, the thing of it is
that there's a reward.
There is a reward. You're wearing
and
it.
there's a bonus upon
those
it
poison daggers, very valuable.
Oh yes, of course, these are great. And then there's a cash reward
daggers
as well. I've got a whole shitload of stuff here still.
Got everything that was in
I used very little of what I found.
Three of 5.
Yeah. He's a little over half the items that he had.
Yeah.
Not counting like
I used the big ones. I used the big ones.
Right. And that's so he's kind of like that's what he's getting at is you burned through a fortune's worth of that was a treasure in and of itself.
No, I understand. Yeah. And then there's the life and then there's the fort and
well, that's it. So my fortune now is I'm going to have to rebuild the fort, and the North Erglians are going to be coming back. I'm going to have to guard this place.
Right. So 20 gold, I think, is fair.
20 gold is more than fair. How much did you take already?
Oh, I mean, there was really no gold that I took. I got the items that you mentioned, and then I just headed out to save the day, of course.
Maybe at this
Now there was, interestingly, this was open already, and there may have been some gold taken, but I think 20 gold is fair each.
I'll be going along encouraging the rest of the people to get the hell out of the keep.
From the courtyard, you can just hear me yelling, "Scald! Did you see how I shouted down a building?"
And that's worth mentioning that the people who saw that building fall had no idea that there was a false brick and it was designed to fall. They thought a dwarf just hit a tower.
Right?
I did roll a 20 persuasion, if that helps.
Persuasion isn't really. It's at this point, it's like any gold you're asking for is swords that he cannot hire to defend his place.
I'll remember this.
But he says like he is on very good terms with the guild, and he is certain that when you return to them, they will reward you. And he absolutely would if he could, but he is staring down a very dire situation and needs every penny.
Oh, yes, it's very dangerous here, and you want to make sure that you can hold the fort for future endeavors. So, when you mention what happened here at the fort, you're going to mention Alistair Grant first, correct?
Of course.
The hero.
I don't know.
Of the fort.
Looks like the dwarf did everything. If you really think about it, he was at the center of an explosion. He's the one who hit a tower.
This is a personal conversation between me and my friend Berkner. I couldn't remember his name. Luckily, I wrote it down.
Yes. That's
I say, well, Berkner.
And that is how it goes.
I say, Berkner, I have just one favor for you. As you can see, I'm wearing basically nothing more than rags. Do you have just, a nice pair of pants and maybe a shirt that I could borrow? I'll even pay you for it.
He's kind of like, he's like, I don't know. Like, I've been back in
I take a look at what he's wearing.
You're gonna take the clothes off the man's back.
It depends on how nice they are.
They're average. They're nothing.
Not much better. I say, okay.
No.
All right. I get it.
He's a practical man.
Well, it's been a pleasure, of course, Mr. Berkner, and I happy to help you out with the whole fort situation. The whole plan from the beginning was to save you, to save the fort, and give it back to the people, of course.
We will sing your name for years to come, Alistair Grant.
Yes.
As
will I.
Gold!
God's
Your
damn
dwarf
it.
seems to be missing you.
Yeah, God's damn it, I mumble. Well, it's about time for me to go, I suppose. Say, it's been an honor.
Well, please stay. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah, he wants us to stay because there's no one else.
There's no guards
in case they come back in. Which is smart. That's good. That's good thinking.
That's true. And please stay till morning.
Well, of course. I suppose you
I'll
have
send a raven.
suitable accommodations.
And the civilians have kind of started to filter out at this point. And
I'm definitely going on. Now I'm sorry now, but unfortunately, due to circumstance, I think y'all gonna have to just leave, unless, of course, you want to stay behind and listen to the words of Amon. His light will shine upon you and change you once again into, a proper person, not one who goes about willy-nilly killing people and taking things from. And I'll just start doing that as I'm,
I feel like that was a slight against me.
Well, this is a private conversation between me and these refugees.
Touche.
There it is.
all right. So the gate shut behind him, Berkner gets right to trying to get to see if they have any ravens, and try to get word out for reinforcements. And that's by the time mid-morning rolls around. How far did I say? Anybody remember how far? How long? It was a couple days journey.
It was a couple days, yeah.
Yeah, it's a couple days.
Okay, so in that case, it takes. Well, it depends. So morning rolls around. What are you guys going to be doing?
I'm looking for breakfast.
Resting.
Actually, you know what? This is a perfect spot to take our break. Well, I guess we'll only
that's a
do
good
one
point.
this
Yeah.
evening. I forgot about it, but
All right.
Well, we were blowing shit up, man.
Yeah,
That's true.
there was
Yeah,
no
we were
time
in
for
the
breaks
thick
before.
there you go.
All right, we'll be right back.
Un momento, por favor.
And we're back with Ravanna. Thanks for hanging out and waiting for us, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed part 1, where we took a fucking fort.
Yeah, Alistair and the Fort Takers.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way I look at it, Bjorn took the fort. That's what I saw.
I mean, Bjorn did a great job. Early
Bjorn-
on. Bjorn.
Honestly, I think Leork probably played the largest role.
Oh, yeah, but we don't
But
talk about that
the
because he's very
glory
humble.
goes to those who take it,
Yeah.
and that Alistair is taking the glory.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, I will be singing the
I
praise.
might mention you guys in the story, but
In
it'll
my
be small
sermon,
parts.
it will have a healthy chapter on Bjorn, and not really anything about Alistair because I didn't see him. I'm just saying. I saw what I saw. I prayed to him on for guidance and deliverance, and he power charged this dwarf into mighty massacring abilities.
Right. He got mad and everyone blew up.
And they must have died. They must have needed to die because Amon made it happen through his instrument, which he reached down and just touched Bjorn and made it happen. That's how
There you
that
go.
works.
I don't like him on touching me.
Well, you know,
Too radiant.
it's still it's godly. Here it is.
All right, so Leork has gone down into the depths of the temple looking for Berkner, and when he sees that he's not down there, he just starts unloading all his books and getting his tools back. Awesome. Berkner is taking stock and just kind of like assessing the damage in the fort between what you guys have just done versus the initial raid versus the month of just how much of his shit got torn apart by the North Erglians. Yeah.
What's the word? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Degradation. That's what I'm
I say, well,
looking for.
now that we saved the fart, do you think we need to bring all of these things to the guild, or can we leave them locked up here?
These are my things. They will stay here. They will be safe.
Okay.
Assuming we can hold the fort. Gentlemen, can you help me? I've sent out multiple ravens, and forces should be coming, but I don't know how quickly those men are going to be. There's North Erglians everywhere. I have no idea if another war band is coming, and I could use a little help until reinforcements come.
So the deal was, we take the books back to the guild. I feel like we've done a lot more than we said we were going to do. What are you looking for exactly here?
Well, I think that if you allow me to reopen that temple and consecrate it to Amon, because Amon's power has helped deliver you from your predicament, sir. I mean, it's what helped out and gave this fine dwarven sir Bjorn the ability to defeat all these enemies for you.
Now, Brother Radek, you seem like a very nice man, and I cannot thank you enough for all your help in this matter. But you worship a false god, and your beliefs are bullshit.
I
I think it is time for us to leave, gentlemen. Good day.
No, I mean, no disrespect for a simple man. You cannot read. I have read.
Oh, he doesn't know that I can't read.
Myself.
He doesn't know that. I don't go around with a sign that I can't read on my chest.
Alistair can tell.
Saying I can't read.
He gathered it when you were like, "Is this book important?" And it was like, "Where I keep my dustpans."
Yeah, no.
For the record, I'm just sitting there.
I'm afraid that this gentleman has decided to bring the wrath and retribution of his own. Good day, sir.
Do we know when the
Radical
next halfling party boat is going to come back?
Sorry, so, the halfling party boat.
Yeah.
No, not really. They didn't really give you much of an indicator.
God damn those halflings.
Yeah. Sorry, Radek, what were you saying?
He was just bullshitting.
No, he left the building. Wherever they're talking, he went.
Okay, all right. So he left the building, but not the fort.
No, not the fort.
No, leave the fort. Go out the front door.
He's going to go over into the temple, and he's going to start drawing like the sun symbol of Amon on shit. Just putting it around there.
So now we have
Leoric,
a little bit
as
of.
you come back up, Radek is desecrating a temple.
Some might call it desecration. Others might call it liberation of one's soul.
I mean, he's artistically desecrating it. He's not like smashing windows.
Thank you.
Like, this is what I run into seeing when I come back up.
Yeah,
I almost did a wine spit take.
He's drawing a sun in this temple.
Yeah.
I almost did a wine spit take all over my monitors.
Don't do that.
No.
How artistic is Radek?
Well, sir, I'm an artisan. Of course, I'm autistic.
Give me a performance check.
All he does, he
I'll
just
figure
sees
something
your
out.
expression and says this. I imagine.
Hey, I'm hell on wheels when it comes to cobbling. That's all I got to say.
You're going to put some shoes together in the shape of a sun.
There you go. Hold on a second.
Get advantage on that check.
Performance. That's
11.
good. There you go.
It's above
an
average.
Sun. You think it would be better if it were on a smaller scale, but as he tried to get big and he moved, you can see where he fucked up his circle in spots.
And actually, what I'm doing is I'm using my firepower to actually burn it into the wall.
All right, now that really classifies as desecration.
Yeah, so we're back up a level on the desecration.
Yeah. More like.
What does Radek actually say anything to Lyric when he comes up, or is it just so intent on this thing that he's?
No, he like looked at you and waved and just keeps humming.
Lyric is disturbed twofold here because Radek is quiet.
Oh, fair enough.
Like
right?
first time that
Well, it's because he's concentrating.
You're gonna have to get him an adult coloring book that calms him down.
It's still just really strange that, concentrating or not, that Radek is not giving him a sermon,
right? or narrating each individual line he draws. Well, you see, this line represents the purity of man.
We were just in battle.
Oh, thank you so much for enlightening me to how Radek should be said. Oh, Lord, it's good that you've come along. Now, see, what I'm doing here is I'm drawing the symbol of Amon so that it might shine upon the temple itself. Now, you see the center, there's Amon. And you see the sun rays that are beaming out from the center. These are the holiness in the lines that go out to the second circle. Now the second circle is representation.
Now I'm waiting for the sermon where he pulls like the poisonous snakes out of a box and wraps them around himself.
Shit, I need some of those.
To show
this actually happening is actually somewhat reassuring compared to the silent burning of a temple.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like as he in between giving parts of the sermon, he does go into not a real god. Heretic. Heretic.
Radek, are you setting this temple on fire? Just a little. Just
Yeah.
It's a
Just
scorch
enough.
mark, son. A scorch mark. That's not fire that's burning nothing in. That's holy fire. Holy fire knows when to expand and when to contract, when to warm and when to cook. You like your
So
food
Lyric-
cooked, don't you?
Oh my
Lyric would kind of just let you rattle on for a little while, grunt, and then just walk back out.
All right, cool.
Where you'd see me sitting on a North Erglian corpse, carving tallies into my maul.
There you go. So,
Yeah, so if Bjorn and I are still with Berkner, which I think we are.
Radek, I should have mentioned, because they make a difference. The way, like, mechanically the shit works is all those prisoners are dead, but they're maybe not dead. You know, like, they're, like, dead out of the fight for sure, but they're
well, then I would have definitely been checking on them. I thought they were like missing heads and.
Oh,
I mean, some of them are, but there's definitely like drones coming.
Once
from
he's done burning
probably would've
suns
missed that.
into the
I would have
temple
did that
walls.
first. I would have did that first then.
Yeah, no, and I
Yeah.
just thought of it, so we can retcon. You check them before.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I didn't realize
And-
that. I probably would.
I
will
still would have made a break for the
Nothing.
Yeah.
changes.
for the
See, this is
Safe,
where
yeah.
that cantrip that we devised, the
Uh-huh.
minor cure comes into play, where I can do cure like 1 hit point on
Yep.
somebody for 24 hours, so I can help to ease their wounds and get them together.
Right. Was that? It was just once. Was it on
One
one
person
person
per
per day? Like,
Yeah.
so could you cast it on 8 different people
Yeah.
once?
Yeah. You can
I
use your
see.
healing power to heal minor wounds and ailments, curing a target for 1 point of health. Once a target has had a minor cure wound, they cannot receive another for 8 hours, is what we said, for 8 hours.
Okay.
So, but I can do that. It's because it's a cantrip. I took it as a cantrip. So it doesn't allow me to spam someone 1 1 1 1 1 1.
Right.
But
Yeah,
you can
just
get
get,
a
like,
bunch of people at
one-
least stabilized.
one
Yeah.
person.
Yeah, and like heal the, just minor healing sort of dealio.
Heal the needy.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. I may talk to you about that between sessions then, because I misunderstood and thought it was just like a one-time cast per day. Because now it's like they kind of already have that. It's Spare the Dying. So now it's just like a souped up. But we won't talk about it now. Since I said it for this session, it's still good, and then I might have to tailor it between.
Okay.
So there's 8 people who are still alive. They're just
Well,
bad.
I would definitely tend to their wounds
Sure.
Yeah.
and get them comfortable. And then I guess I should have been trying to take care of. That's right. Instead of burning shit, I've got
That's
plenty of time
canon.
to do
Well, no,
that.
that was on me. I should have mentioned, because usually if they're dead, they're dead. But
Yeah.
and
But I
most of-
should have been taking care of the dead bodies anyway and getting them prepared to be burned in the front.
Well, that's what made me first think of it. I was like, holy shit, there's like 100 dead bodies that need to
Oh,
be
me
dealt
mentioning
with.
corpses.
Yeah, I was like, that's a lot of. That's like, oh shit. Hold on.
Yeah.
Now I'm
I
upset
just
that
sort of
kicked everybody
gingerly
out 'cause I
step
coulda
over
had
them
them
whenever
help.
I have to walk by one.
Right.
After tending to the wounded, or after tending to the wounded, and then getting, like, while they're talking to Berkner and everything, after going back and getting my crap, like, not realizing you were probably talking to Berkner in the keep, I went down to look for him, got my crap, came back up, and then after I guess I figure out that Berkner's wherever, I would just carrying my newly reacquired shovel. I'd go out beyond the walls and just start digging graves.
All right. So he'll watch and he's like, oh no, sir. Well, this is going to have to be. This is a lot of men. I picked up a Southern accent. I don't know how that happened.
You were just listening to Will too long.
Yeah, that's it. My NPCs are very impressionable. He's like, there is easily 100 corpses in there. We are going to have to burn these men.
Now, is it poor form to suggest that we have 2 issues here? One is all the dead bodies. Second is the dilapidated wall behind the temple.
Yes, that
Now,
should have been ages ago.
Well, yes, it hasn't been in disrepair that long, and to its credit, it's not. So it's still like 15 feet high. So from a siege standpoint, it's still structurally sound.
I say I climbed it along with the cleric. Very
Easily. It's a vulnerable place for sneaking in.
So for a temporary measure.
Yes. I'm intrigued.
Oh no.
Would we consider?
Oh god. All right, yeah.
Stacking the dead bodies upon each other on the wall, just to show until everybody else gets here within a couple of days.
Oh shit. No, thank you. See, I'm new at this whole warfare. This is the first time I've ever seen a battle like this up close. We got to do the heads on spikes, right? That's what you do when you defeat.
Oh, that sounds great.
I'm already doing that by the gate, as he said.
Yeah. He's been doing that since noon. He's got like 15 heads already up.
They're on spears.
Before anyone thought of it. The heads on the spike sounds like a wonderful idea. Probably not all of the dead bodies. Probably just the ones that weren't prisoners.
Right. Yes, no, we're proper burial for the prisoners, but we send a message.
Right, and then we take the bodies of the evildoers and we stack them along the wall to help stop people from climbing up.
Okay, I'm not there. I'm not doing.
I'm not crazy about it, but I don't know what else.
It seems like a win-win situation to me.
The smell is going to be awful.
We have two problems. One is the bodies, and one is the wall.
You fool! Disease.
Oh, that's a very good point. So we just toss them over that wall.
Just burn them.
Burn them.
But over the wall.
We'll burn them outside the wall. We'll
It's
leave their
an
heads
easy
in front
way
of the
to
wall.
infiltrate the fort, and there's still only 4 of us. No offense, Mr. Berkner, but you don't seem to be one to be of a fighting sort.
I indeed am not. I'm a man of books.
We can leave. I have caltrops and hunting traps. We'll leave atop that portion of the wall.
And a bunch of dead, rotting bodies versus some caltrops.
A lot easier to crawl over a corpse than it is caltrops and bear traps.
But do you want to? Especially because these may be their friends, their bosom companions.
That would make me more likely to do it to kill you.
I said I
We
crawled.
have a very different interpretation of the word. Sorry, what was that, Jake?
I pipe up from the gate, still decapitating bodies and putting them on spikes.
Yeah.
But saying, I crawled over 40 dead dwarves to kill an orc.
I don't understand the world you people live in.
So, fun side note, I have a friend of mine who his son is coming to like football age, and he played football when he was in high school. And he asked him, he's like, "So, what do you think about what do you think about football?" And he's like, "You see, Dad, the thing is, kid's like 10, by the way. The thing is, in football, you run into people as hard as you can, and I just can't see why I would ever want to do that."
That's the best thing about football.
I thought that response.
That was what I enjoyed about playing football.
I just don't see why you'd ever want to do that.
So while he's much more like Alistair,
Right. That shit sounds like it hurts.
while he's much more like Alistair, I'm much more like Bjorn in that respect.
All right, so you guys have agreed to stay and try to see him through until the forces come?
Sure, but before we break our little powwow here, I'll just say, is it safe to assume that there's a place you can get a warm bath here?
You hear me crack up from the gate.
So again, you're in
The
this,
window
like,
is
big
open. He
fort.
just
Like this is a pretty big fort. You know, this would easily house I don't know, a few hundred people. Like
I'm talking
it's
about
not
here
like
in the
a
keep. Is
walled
there a
in-
place here in the keep? I assume there's a nice bathhouse.
So the thing about that, Alistair, I'm not sure if you understand how the world works.
I just killed at least 500 enemy combatants.
You're gonna want to keep your exaggerations
No, that's
believable.
fair.
And
That's fair.
I
That's-
feel
no, that's fair. That's fair. 450.
You hear me crack up again.
So the way so I have access to water.
Yes.
And I have access to fire.
Great.
And I have a tub that you could pour that water into.
That sounds
and
fantastic.
bathe in it. Yes. If you look around,
Yes.
it is just the five of us.
Yes, indeed.
Right.
Do you want me to bathe you, Scald?
I mean,
laughing.
let me look at your hands. They seem soft enough. Yeah, let's do it.
I just keep laughing at decapitating bodies while putting them on spikes.
For the record, I cannot picture more calloused hands than those.
Look, I'm desperate
Like
at this
there's
point.
probably dirt under his fingernails that's older than you are. Actually, there is 100% dirt under his fingernails that's older than you are.
Alistair is only like 19 years old too. He's very young.
What? I
Yeah.
can't.
What? 19?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not listening
Yours
to
is
this.
150.
You're way too salty for 19.
Yeah.
Yours like
He's had a rough life. You don't know this, but he has.
Wow. 19.
Yeah.
What a young lad.
Yeah, Raddick
Forget it.
like 45.
All right. So in that case, he's got dirt under his fingernails that's older than your parents.
Fair enough. Yeah.
You pup.
All right.
I think
Figured it's worth an ask.
Liark's only in his early 20s.
Really? You guys are some
Yeah, Goliath's that age similar to humans.
I'm 150. I think my mall is probably older than the two of you.
Combined.
Yeah.
As it should be, sir.
Fantastic.
Well,
All right. So
after Raddick's done with taking care of the wounded and getting them situated in a building,
He defaces the temple.
no, that's when it's
Again.
like, we're not gonna. He's not gonna be a party to. He's okay with chopping off the other guy's heads because he realizes you got to kind of give a little to get a little. But cordwood stacking them, he's not down for. They got to get burned. So
I'd
No, we
still like
only
at least
stack
a
them, like,
cold bowl of water. Just to at least clean my face.
Oh yeah. No, I mean there's multiple wells around.
Fine. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm doing.
Sure.
Tidying up.
Yep.
Myself.
And earlier Raddick
But was this
raised-
considered a short rest before? Sorry.
you could take one, certainly.
Before that, I would have used the second wind to heal.
Sure.
By the way, I feel great.
I mean, you threw like 2 softballs. That was the
Yeah,
like,
I'm
that
not
was
saying
how
my
much
arm
you-
isn't a bit sore.
Guys, is tennis elbow a thing in D&D?
it can be.
Yeah.
I definitely got a
Actually,
twinge.
I got like a
For the record.
rotator cuff thing now. I got
For the record, once I'm done with the heads by the gate, which I figure is about 20 or so, I'm gonna wipe my bloody hands on Alistair because I find it funny.
But now I remember I have prestidigitation.
I mean, you see, he's not stealthy, so you see him like 15 feet away, like
Yeah,
reaching
no,
out,
I just-
to charge you with bloody hands.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, what the fuck did you do? Why did you do that? And then I prestidigitation myself off. I'm not as upset about these clothes as I was about the first. Like if
I'm not
these
gonna lie,
burned in
I
a
wish you had
fire,
used
it would only help them. Like this like commoners wear this shit.
I'm giggling the whole time I'm doing it, by the way.
I prestidigitation Bjorn. Freeing him the fuck up.
You steal his 50-year-old dirt from under his nails.
I'm immediately just beyond words.
You know what you
I'm
are?
pissed.
You're
I'm
itchy.
pissed.
You're itchy.
You look great.
You haven't been clean in so long, you itch.
And then I prestidigitation like his armor so it's super shiny. Now you'll sparkle in the sun.
Oh, he sparkles.
Bjorn flies into a room.
No, just fucking me. Anyway, go on.
All right, so over
I
the
still
course
feel like I could survive this by turning invisible and running the fuck away.
yeah, you probably could.
I would not
And
fight
invisibility,
Bjorn.
honestly, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
Like until you start fucking with like magically inclined people, invisibility or like there's
I
always
can run away from Bjorn. Like that.
Yeah. No, that for sure.
The moment I met Bjorn was, how could I flee this man if need be? Like that's like, that was my first thought.
But can you outrun a thrown mall?
What I was gonna say too is like even
I'd
not
zigzag.
visible, you can just look at him and know you can outrun him. Like that's a dwarf.
Oh,
He's-
I would totally go invisible though, because this guy's a fucking killing machine.
right. But even like if so, there's this is a real life thing. There is some guy who does this thing. He talks about self-defense, and he's a master of self-defense. He's a runner. He just is really fucking fast. Really
That's cool though.
It's like people talk about martial arts. That's how you defend other things. Like if you need to defend your house or someone else, and you need to fight. If you need to defend yourself, just fucking run. Run fast and far.
Yeah, it's like practice cardio. Just
Yeah,
make sure you
exactly.
can you can run and not get winded.
Right.
And really, like, that's really the story of why I had to learn to fight. I was terrible at
Not running.
could not get away, and so eventually you just learn to be tough.
One day I will tell you about the guys that about the time that I was mugged in the Bronx and
Oh,
survived
I've heard this story
and
before.
kept my $11 in singles, which was all I had to my name.
Well, he worked a long night at the strip club. He'd earned those.
But anyway, let's kill it. That's a little tease for the audience.
There you go. Okay.
All right. So, what do you guys do over the course of, we'll say, the next day? So you can get some rest.
I'm just resting.
We have to set up a fucking patrol.
I'll be resting and taking care of the wound.
We have to set up a fucking patrol.
We have to take this with the surviving. Are any of the prisoners? Well, are we able to
That
kill the
patrol.
prisoners?
That's right. You know what? I like New York more and more the longer I hang out with them.
Are we able to heal the prisoners enough that they can be on their feet?
Yeah.
I don't.
And like, yeah, I mean,
Light-
each
light
day, like
activity.
I can do a cure wounds on a couple. I can do a healing word on a couple. I can do cure wounds on 4.
I'm sleeping in the tunnel. Just
Actually, I take that back. Like the first day.
You don't know if you're going to be under siege.
Oh
so
yeah,
keep
fuck!
that
I
in
wouldn't
mind.
help anybody. You're right.
Yeah.
What am I thinking?
You guys can make a. So basically,
I would do nothing
Radic,
to help them.
he
I would
says
just.
a prayer over each one of their wounds, and you can see them like magically start to close up.
Who
And
does this?
heal. This is when Radic did his initial cantrip to save these guys. So they're like not in any danger. They're just kind of weak and still a little
I forgot
malnourished.
who I
So
was
it's-
playing for a moment. I wouldn't help them at all.
We're not gonna do it.
But they're
not
good for
going
light
to-
activity.
Cool.
We are not going to be able to hold this outer wall with 4 people.
No.
And so
I don't think that's the.
I'm gonna walk the wall though, because if nobody else does,
well, that's
at least
fine.
for
You go ahead and
some
walk that
time.
wall.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna actually speak with Berkner and suggest we move his library to the keep for now, because we cannot let that fall into the hands. Because that was the point of your mission, was it not, Alistair?
I'm walking the wall.
I'm sleeping in the tunnel for the record, healing off my wounds.
Okay.
But yes, we do need to keep the library intact.
Well, I guess if we before you start walking the wall, if we were discussing any of it,
Okay.
then
Say-
we can keep eyes out, but we're not going to defend anything but the keep.
Well, I mean, we could also defend the temple.
And Berkner says, no, we have to hold the fort.
Well, I understand that.
Reinforcements are coming, but if they take the fort, they will never. If we hold the fort for reinforcements, they can come, and then the fort can be held If we let anyone into the fort, our reinforcements will have to lay siege, and this will all be for nothing. We can hold.
Is there not a way out of the keep from out of the fort from the keep?
The keep is a building within the fort. So if you just try, so it's like if you're just trying to hold the keep, you're allowing people into the fort.
That's what I'm asking. There was the escape route, yeah?
Oh yeah, he's got his escape route. Yeah, but he's determined to hold his fort.
Well, then he can hold the fort. I'm not going to throw... Well, there's no reason for us all to die holding what 4 men cannot. Or are you going to fight alongside us?
I pull out my rapier and I thrust it at him, but I'm so bad at it that it doesn't even go anywhere near him. And...
I don't think that's a problem at all. Actually, I think I'd be for leaving. I mean, we've done all we can, and the books, they say, is more important. And well, we got to get them to your fellas, right? And well, hopefully they come back, and the reinforcements are here quick enough for you to keep all your possessions.
Well, here's the thing, and I don't disagree with the sentiment. Take the books and run is a very fair plan, and one that I would normally agree with. The problem is, we don't know which way the rest of these fiends fled.
So the problem is, these books are not yours.
Well, whose books are they?
They are mine.
I mean,
This is
technically,
mine.
I look over at Alistair. I look at Alistair and go, well, who sent us to go and bring these? I thought it was the
guild.
Who? Oh, the guild. I thought it was the soldiers, those Ravanna soldiers, because as far as I know, they pretty much got jurisdiction, don't they?
Well,
I'm of no understanding, but if they were important enough, maybe we should just come with us, Berkshire, and then you can give the books to them yourself.
York was quiet for a while, and he looks at Berkner and he's like, you were not wise or strong enough to hold the keep against them the first time, and now you wish 4 of us to hold it for you?
Reinforcements are coming.
They are not here yet.
I need 2 days.
Then we hold your keep for 2 days. We cannot hold your wall.
So for the record, I'm sleeping in the tunnel. Just want to let you guys know that. I'm resting in the tunnel during all this.
He found a spot underground, and he's taking his long rest. Like, fuck this.
I really think there should be somebody walking the wall to make sure that no one's going to just come up and attack us.
We can post a guard, but we're not going to hold.
Well,
we'll take turns.
If first of all, I don't think that warband's going to necessarily come back because, well, they don't want to face Bjorn again because they saw what he did.
All right, let's be honest here. The only one that saved us is me, and I've run out of magical fucking bombs.
Bombs? I don't know what you're talking about.
I understand that. You don't understand anything with most
there
people
was the
talk
divine
about.
Power of a mom come down and
the divine power is that of Alistair Grant.
Delusional, son. Delusional. But that is all right. I still love you. Regardless of if they're going to come back, this can't be held. Regardless. One person or two walking the mall.
Rubbing his face and muttering something
but
about
if we leave here, we have a better chance here within the fort than we do wandering among the roads and the bushes and the trees. We don't know where the army is.
We wait for reinforcements, but we cannot hold the whole thing, and therefore we should bring the books here to maintain their safety.
But why not maintain it where they already are? There's a fucking ton of books.
Yeah, I don't understand what the hell is so important about the books to begin with.
I don't understand anything that you say, but you don't hear me arguing about it. We need to save the books.
Well, my friend, I understand.
That was just rude.
Books because
I apologize. You're right. That was a bit rude.
Cannot read.
Now you see, you're just rude, sir. I was asking an actual question that had validity to it. I wanted to know what was
your very valid question was what is the value of books?
Those books, sir. Those books, not books in general.
There's 2,000 books down there.
And they have an immeasurable value to the guild. Then that's all we need to hear.
Well, there you go then. All right. So I guess.
So we keep them where they are. We protect the temple.
And they are in the keep, right? The books.
No, they're in the temple.
No, they're in the.
They're in the temple. Well, just move them over into the keep.
We don't need
Lock
to
her
move
up.
them in. We need to
The-
keep them
the
in the
temple-
The library is. They already think that the books are in the keep. They don't know where the library is.
No,
That's why
they
we were
thought-
able to find them to begin with.
So they think the library is the vault, but the library
They're
at
trying to
least
get into
has,
the vault.
it
Okay,
has like a
that's right.
magical door that can lock to it. There's nothing in the keep that can do that. They're like
Yeah.
more
They
secure.
thought that they were trying to get it. They were trying to get into that, thinking it was the vault.
Right.
So-
But
Right.
there's a right.
But they
the
couldn't.
the whole point of the temple is to
Can
keep
that door
these
be
books a
locked again?
secret. We should keep them there.
Yes.
We'll defend the temple.
Well, can that door be locked again?
Yeah.
Well, why don't
Right.
we just get ourselves a bunch of provisions and buckets, and we can go on in that room with the books?
I mean, I'd prefer some baths and a place to actually use
We'll
the
go, we'll
facilities.
go on and
and
get all squeaky cleaned up, and then you can come on in.
well, I
make
was
it-
already told that I
Make it
wasn't
into a
able to
little
take
bit of
a
a
bath. And
party.
You know what, gentlemen? I think I've come to realize that you're right. 4 men cannot hold this fort, and we will just have to leave it up to the gods, the real gods, as to whether
You mean like a mon?
as to whether my reinforcements reach me before before another war band comes to my door.
if
That's-
the war band comes and we're on the way out, it could surround this place in any area. We don't know.
Well, why don't we just hide the books and then leave them here for the reinforcements? Berkshire.
If we're leaving here, we're leaving here with the books. And his
Again,
name is
these are not
Berkner.
your books. You are not taking my books anywhere. This is my home. My books will stay in my home. You gentlemen
This
are
is your
welcome to stay.
This is your home by our good graces.
What? No, this is totally off character. See, if I was a devious guy like I normally, I'd be like, yep, I'm pretty sure I saw Berkshire get killed by one of them war band fellers.
Right. And but that's like he is assuming you are men of honor. And
Yeah, no, I don't even say that. That's
And
just
unfortunately,
that's a thought.
two of
running
the
through
three
my
of us in
scheming
this
head.
room are, and
Right.
Oh, I'm not in the room. I'm sleeping.
I was. That
Well,
would have been
like,
3 out of the 4.
I don't understand this notion. You keep talking about leaving with my books as if they are your books. They're not your books.
The books need to be kept safe.
The only
You
reason
As a matter
they
of
understand
fact,
remain your
let's-
books is because of us.
I understand that, but does that make them your books? Do you get to decide what to do with my books because you helped me?
Well, here's the question I have.
It's very
if you
well
leave
good if you
here-
decide to take them.
What
That
what
the
is
nature of-
Berkshire's connection to the guild?
What is
I'm
your
a friend
connection to the
of the
guild?
guild. So
Oh,
he
you're just a
is
friend.
like
So
the guild is, so the way it breaks down is the guild has they're huge. They're the guild. So they've got a lot of money and they have resources, whether it's like people who know things, people who know people who know how to do things. He is a resource who knows things. Like he has 2,000 books. There is a lot of information in those 2,000 books.
So they
So
just
when
thought he was dead, and so like, hey, go get those books for us.
That's exactly what they told
Okay.
Alistair. Like this guy's fort got taken. He's dead. We've got to retrieve his library. Turns
okay.
out, holy shit, he's still alive. And you guys helped him take his fort back. The guild is going to be super fucking happy about it.
Right
But
now,
I mean, I don't know anything about that. I just
No.
know that Alistair seems to think the books are.
yeah, no, it's totally like that's a that like most conflict comes from misunderstandings. You guys have a misunderstanding, and it
well,
breeds
I
conflict.
understand the whole thing.
He's just not clearing any of it up.
No,
Well, you gentlemen go ahead and figure out what you're doing. I've been destined upon making sure that Alistair and Lorik and my new friend Bjorn are safe and watched over by the rays of a proper god, Amon. And y'all decide what's going to happen. I'm going to go and take care of some business.
All right.
we need
And
to
so
just-
for the sake of expediency, he is giving you his blessing. You don't need to stay. If you want to leave out the front gate, you can leave out the front gate. If you want to leave through his escape route in the like through the caverns, which will kind of lead you out a few miles away in case there's people scouting, you can go that way. If you want to stay until reinforcements come, or until
you
you're
wait
late.
until he's safe, because we want to safeguard him. Like, even I imagine Alistair would want to safeguard him.
Here's the thing: we spent all this time and energy freeing the fort.
Yes.
If
I would
he's
rather
gonna
it not
stay
fall.
here, the whole reason I'm here is to protect the books.
Right.
I don't really care about him or the fort or anything else. I'll be honest with you. That being said,
I would rather not see it fall back in the North Erglians.
we've done all this work. I'm not leaving here without the books. And if we do leave here, even with the books or without, doesn't matter. We don't know what's out there right now.
Correct.
So it's a 1 in 3 chance that the warband. Oh, sorry. So you guys. I'm just while that's happening, you guys wait, and you wait. You agree to stay and try to stick with him, and it's a couple of tense days. Ooh. And so there was a 1 in 3 chance that the warband was going to beat the troops, the support back, like the 10 archers who left were going to be able to rally a rival warband to at least take back something before the troops could get a raven and get back there. So it was 1 in 3. So you guys needed above a 33.
Mhm.
I rolled a 35. Which is, I'm sitting here, I'm like, please, I don't want to fuck with a siege.
That would have been fun, actually.
It was the power of Amon.
Yeah, thank you, Amon. I believe in you, even if Berkner doesn't. But I did create you, so. So we're just going to kind of fast forward through it. And after a tense couple of days with much more bickering like this, and it's just stress and it's a really.
At some point, New York would have stopped bickering and just gone about shoring up defenses and
Right.
I would have continued anybody that I saw who just bicker with, and then move on to the next, and then to the next, and then to the next. And I would switch arguments depending on who I spoke to.
At some
I
point,
love playing devil's advocate. So you make statement A and I'll argue B, and if you make statement B, I'll argue A just for fun.
But at some point, while Alistair is seeking him out and just arguing nonsense, we probably would have threatened to throw him off the wall.
And then I would have. That's the point I would have backed a few feet away.
Just trying to remember.
And then I would just say something to get his goat and then run.
It's just a variation. A variation of Raddick.
I just hung out in the tunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and during this time, Raddick and Alistair come to an agreement that they should be the best of friends.
Bjorn has received the benefits of a long rest, but he is the only one.
That's fair.
He spent an entire day sleeping in the tunnel.
Yeah, no, I would not have been comfortable enough to sleep.
Has it been multiple days? Or
yeah, so at this point, it's been 48 hours since the morning after.
I probably would have slept the next day.
So it's it's
some point I
totally.
you
can definitely take that, but it's 24 hours of rest to get the benefit of a long rest. And he specifically mentioned that he was not doing
that's fair.
So.
I just
I
forgot.
I wouldn't be. I mean, I would obviously sleep, to keep from.
So how
being
many
exhausted.
days? But we're here for a couple of days, right?
It's been 2 days, yeah.
Yeah. So after the first day, I would have definitely taken my
Perfect.
time because my main concern was the guys that were wounded, that they were up and about, and them being taken care of, and then me burning the symbol of Amon into the temple. That's just all 1 day's worth of work, and then I'm sleeping.
There you go.
Yeah.
So anybody who feels like they
I
would take
wouldn't.
the rest gets the benefit of a long rest.
I wouldn't have been comfortable enough to do
Actually, it wouldn't have mattered much for me. I don't need it.
Okay.
I forgot
I
that I don't have
use
anything.
it just because of my spells, but I'm not going to take it.
Well, do you get your action surge back on a short rest or a long rest, Josh?
I do get that back on a long rest. My bad. Sorry.
That's all right.
Then I guess I would have taken it for that.
I mean, it makes sense because you guys spend a day shoring up the defenses, but there's really only so much you can do.
I get it on a short rest too, so I would have stayed active.
I wouldn't. there's no way, especially with all these other fuckers sleeping on the job, that I would be comfortable enough to stay in this fucking fort
Leork would have been busy and watching
with an angry army that we just killed half of their people and its master, or its the sergeant.
Yep.
I would sleep enough to stay keep away from exhaustion, but I wouldn't get the full long rest.
Sure. You're not trusting anybody else. Like this is.
No,
You're in a
I don't even trust these guys.
right.
And they're asleep.
No, Leork isn't spending the whole time.
For the record, I don't care if it's been like a week. I've never left those tunnels. I'm just down there. Not leaving.
Did you tell anyone you were down there? Like,
Nope.
Nah.
I didn't even notice.
That's
so 2 days pass, and you see this force coming up over the hill. And it takes a little bit, and you're really not sure. And then finally, you start recognizing the Ravanna's colors. And sure enough, Jorf and any of the forces in that town or nearby have mustered and come to defend the fort.
I start to play. I take out my lute. We are the champions, my friend. And then play that over and over again.
Excellent.
Just on their way in. Yeah.
And
as they're coming in, I'll be down there welcoming them in and going, "Oh, it's so good to see y'all, man. Do we have a story for you? Just beyond with the blessing of Amon."
I will fuck you up. I will fuck you. I will. 10 poison daggers suddenly just appear in Radek's back.
What you see is this very well oiled the troops all marching, like double filed, and then as they go in the gate, spread out around, and it's like a very practiced formation, and in comes the ranking officers and Jorf at the end.
And when they're coming in, I would, of course, wander up from the tunnels when I hear the boots marching.
Sure.
Yeah, as if you haven't.
So there's the 4 of you standing there, and he just takes a second to survey all the wreckage. They saw the spikes on heads or heads on spikes, and
How many prisoners
We did
survived?
both. We did both.
We didn't get any prisoners.
heads on spikes on heads.
Yeah, we didn't get any prisoners.
Did you save some of the prisoners?
Oh, our prisoners, yeah.
Yeah. There are a few prisoners around.
Like 8.
8. Yeah, you saved
8?
8.
But he comes in when he's surveying, and it's like there are 9 survivors.
All right. And yeah, it's just this moment of silence, and you can see he's a smart guy, and he's trying to put together what happened from just the number of bodies and the way the buildings are. He's trying to play it back in his head, and he just kind of looks confused. And because it boils down to a lot of dead bodies and 4 people. And finally, he just looks at you with just, what's the word for
awe? The word you're looking
awe.
for.
You know what it is? It's
Awe.
awe. It absolutely is. It's
So
awe.
I
with
smile and
passion
step
admiration.
forward and say, "There's a reason the guild sent me."
And he gets down on one knee and just kind of bows his head for a moment, and the rest, in unison, every soldier around him does the same. And there are easily 150 men in full armor and shields and swords, and just this force, all on a knee, bowed to you.
And I strum the lute.
I look over at Bjorn and
We'll
say,
keep on fighting
"Are they
till the
bowing to
end.
you? Is you a dwarf?"
We
I gesture
are
them
the
all.
champions.
And anyway, Dwarf stands up. He goes, "To the fort takers!" And then you just hear a general, "Huzzah! To the fort takers!"
No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the fort.
Adam's going to sing the hell out of this episode.
It's your
asked
fault.
for
It's
it.
your fault.
I did
It's your
ask
fault.
for it. It is.
Is
I like
this the rare moment that he gives us bardic inspiration?
Right?
Nope. You
Oh,
gotta
and
earn that.
so one side note, retcon thing. During the past couple days, I forgot, Berkner would have pulled you aside, Alistair, and be like, so I've noticed there are a few items missing from the vault. The daggers and the spell bombs, those are yours. But there's a couple just personal items that have gone missing that they hold no real value, but they're sentimental to myself. You understand.
I don't know that I understand what you're talking about. What did I take that's sentimental?
There were a few tchotchkes and things I mentioned. You said you took them, so it's just like.
Oh, I did.
And then there's that cube, and when you go to give him the cube,
I don't know that I give him the cube.
That's why he says that you can have. That is a gift from me. I've been
What does it
fiddling
do
with it
out
for
of
years.
curiosity?
Hmm?
And I say I apologize because I thought I was bringing this stuff to you, and then I forgot all about it because of the other wonderful blowing up things that you gave me. Now, what does a cube do? What is its important?
Well, that's a puzzle box, of course. You know about puzzle boxes.
I'd
don't
like
you?
to learn more. Let's pretend.
Give me an Arcana check. Let's see what you know about puzzle boxes.
Okie doke. 10. I know about the average
you've
puzzle
heard of
box.
them. You know they're
The
magical.
Rubik's Cube. I've
Yeah.
heard of.
A puzzle box is a wizard's treasure map. That's
How do you make it work?
that you have to solve it, and so you start looking at the cube.
Yeah.
And
Hell yeah, I do.
you gotta create a handout real quick.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I feel like my luck is running out with these.
Yeah, you're gonna die.
That last puzzle that I solved.
That was like you burned all your luck.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here with that.
All right, so you guys will. I'm gonna show it to all of you right now. Only Adam sees it, but 5 sides of the cube are just wood, and again, it's like probably like 16 inches per side, and but the top has this in it. And good luck with it. He's been fiddling with it for years.
So I don't need to answer this now. I can.
No.
Is this going to be a handout for me that I can keep?
Yeah,
on?
this is everybody has access to this.
Okay.
Work on it throughout the week, throughout the year,
What if
whatever.
our characters can't read?
Yeah, I'm not working on shit. I can't read.
Yeah, I can't read that.
Lorik?
You can
New
definitely
York?
read. Yeah, so the whole illiterate thing is like if you're really committed to it, it's fine, but it's not like it would not be uncommon for Radic to know how to read.
I think
The dwarves definitely know how to read.
Thing I think maybe it's
No.
an
Josh,
interesting
you know how
character
to read.
choice.
I'm playing off of his 7 intelligence, and it was never something he was good at. And it was
Yeah.
never
All right, so
something
yeah,
that
so you're no help.
taught to him. Yeah.
You're gonna have to learn to read at some point. It's gonna be
I'm just picturing my character that doesn't know how to read anything but Dwarven well. Like this gibberish. I can read it, but it's gibberish.
Yeah, I mean, well, it is gibberish. It is literally gibberish.
Well, even if it wasn't, I mean, like I would still be like, this is nothing.
Yeah. So work on it if you want. Don't whatever. And but that's it. That's the box.
Well, yeah, Alistair will definitely be working on this because he does know how to read.
I should hope so. We need at least one good reader in the group. I mean, when we go to a
he's
restaurant,
not even.
what are we going to do? They probably don't have pictures in the menus, so
Yeah,
It is too.
yeah. We go to the diner. Okay, there's a cheese omelet, a Western omelet. Oh, you might like this one. This one has sausage and bacon.
yeah.
Actually,
New
I
York
take
had-
that back. Most diners here in New York actually have pictures for the good stuff.
No kidding.
No joke. And you can get anything here at a diner.
Oh.
You want Mediterranean food? Go to a diner. You want a tuna melt? Go to a diner. It doesn't matter.
The question is, do you trust it? From
Everything is good at a diner. And it's cheap, and they're open all the time.
Fuck, I need to move to New York.
The worst thing when I left New York, the worst thing about it was no diners, or at least any real diners. The bagels suck, and the pizza sucks. No offense, Chicagoans. I just
That's
like
a
the New
different
York
kind
style.
of pizza.
Yeah, the New York style is I think is my favorite.
Yeah, it's
But like you go to Miami, and I love Miami. You can't get a good slice of pizza or a decent bagel there.
Isn't that where Mystic Pizza's from, though?
No, that's in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And Mystic
I
Pizza
went there and it
sucks.
sucked. I remember
Mystic,
that.
Connecticut is the worst place. It's a beautiful place to live. Don't go there if you're on vacation.
It's a beautiful.
I knew. I
Boring
knew
as
that.
shit.
that was like right after Adam friended me on Facebook. That was like one of the first. It was like the next week he went on vacation to Mystic.
It was
Mention
so
about that.
fucking
That's-
terrible.
That's the
And
whole
that
reason
pizza,
I brought it up.
It's not even a real slice of pizza. It's like this little tiny slice of pizza, and it's like you can get better pizza frozen from the fucking supermarket.
It did. It looked like shit. Everybody's like, "Oh, you got to go to Mystic. You got to go to Mystic." It's like
The only
fine.
thing to do apparently in Mystic, Connecticut is to get pizza and Mystic Pizza, which sucks, or two, drive an hour in any direction to get some ice cream.
Right. Is the aquarium in? Is there
The
an
aquarium was cool. The aquarium was cool. Yeah.
There's an
That's
aquarium and there's like a bunch of nautical stuff. Like you can take a paddle boat or something. It used to be anyway.
I mean, honestly, like the whole Mystic downtown, the first ship you see is pretty cool. You can't go into all of the others, so it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's Mystic Pizza's like
Fuck
Casa-
Mystic Pizza.
Casa Bonita here in Denver.
You know,
It's like, have you ever seen that episode of South
No.
Park about Casa Bonita?
no.
Oh, you got to
Yes.
Google it.
Yeah, where
Cartman.
Cartman, it's Kyle's birthday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
that
if
is
you
a
wanna-
real place, and that is spot the fuck on.
All right,
Like
we've gone way off.
If you want a slice of pizza, you go from New York City and anywhere on Long Island, including Brooklyn and Queens. At worst, it's okay. At best, it's delicious.
All right, back to Fantasy World.
Carnival Pizzeria and Restaurant. If you'd like to be a sponsor here in South
Any
Setauket,
New York.
we'd love to have you. Yeah, actually, I would settle for any pizzeria. Yeah,
Literally any place in New York that sells food. If you'd like to be a sponsor,
yeah, man, I'm in. Yeah,
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially if you're a diner.
yeah.
Yeah.
no money, just send me food.
All right, so you got the forces come. They're super impressed. You're on your way. Where are you going?
No, we're
pull up a map.
leaving.
Well, we got to go
Before
back.
leaving,
I would
actually-
love to get a
Wait,
long.
unless you
I
wanna
would love
stay and
once
live here.
once the reinforcements come, then I would love to take a long rest before we leave.
Sure, yeah. No, you take a day,
All right.
but it's going to be an uneventful day.
Yeah,
So
yeah. That's
Before we leave this little procession here, though, I totally just like Stone Cold. Just look at was it Jorf? Was that his name?
Yep.
Like just kind of look at him and it's like, I advise you to find a more competent man to defend this fort, and then just
Wow.
leave it at that. Like instead of Berkner.
Yeah, no, we got you. Oof.
No, Berkner's just the guy who owns the place.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not like he is a military. Like this is his home. Like he's
And there's a cheer from
I
Glorian
just pictured the fortress as
69.
it being like part of the military. That's why I.
sure. Yeah, no, that's. I mean, it's not the case,
just
but you
understood.
wouldn't know that, so it's fine.
Of
By the way,
course
we
I
have a
healed
cheer. We
something.
have a cheer from Glorian 69, wondering, did Radek heal someone yet?
Yes.
I healed a bunch of stuff.
He healed
Any
me.
PCs?
Healing all over the place.
Any
Yeah.
PCs?
I healed Bjorn. I did a.
Did you?
Well, yeah,
I healed
did-
Bjorn.
Everyone who can heal.
I healed Bjorn too. I cast Healing Word on him before you.
All right, that's one. I healed Bjorn twice.
Well,
And I'm not a fucking
This is
cleric.
a tally for the
Bomb
king,
that went off.
right? How much they can heal me.
I'm a
Instead of-
glorified minstrel, and I healed him twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm healing.
Instead of doing inspiration, you were healing.
Oh wait,
And you went
200
before me.
heal. I'd healed the shit out of all of you. Says Glorian 69. You know what? Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
We'd appreciate that.
Touche.
That's right.
In any way
All
you
right.
meant it.
So where are you guys going? What are you doing?
Well, we
You
gotta
are.
go-
We
Gotta
got
go
the
back.
map up.
Yeah, I would love to go back and wait for the. Where's the
Well,
halfling party boat?
Don't you have to go tell whoever sent you to?
Yeah,
do
I
this
need to
that-
get back to the guild. I need to get back
Yeah.
to
Yeah, we need
Dorleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a port.
All right.
Where's the
Yeah,
nearest
head back
port?
to the port.
It's just directly from whence you came.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that.
And then cheer 5, I would also cast enlarge penis on Jake because you know why.
Counterspell.
Right?
Oh no!
Fuck you, Jake.
Oh,
There we
Work with
deny.
what you get.
Thank you, Glorian69.
No doubt. Thank you. Ugh.
Yeah,
Where
I
were
would
we
like
at?
to head back to the port.
Okay. Any last business before you guys leave?
Is it safe to assume that Berkner's always near the
gold chest.
Yeah,
The
golden
stuff
chest.
you want to steal? Is that what you
Yeah,
And you wonder why I think you're a rogue.
you don't know what I'm. You don't know what's in my heart.
No, I don't.
Give me just a flat D20 roll.
7.
Yeah, no, you don't.
All right,
I would have
then
taken
I've
a
got nothing
shield
else to do
and,
now.
Axe or mace or
Sure.
hammer or something from there.
You got it.
What? Yeah, weapons? All right.
I did. Oh, I would have picked up the hand axe and dagger and stuff back, dude.
Sure, yeah. I mean,
Doesn't care
the
to
explosion destroyed a fair amount of stuff, but there's definitely between all those bodies to easily find
I
any.
switch around the belt so it's more like a bandolier,
Excellent.
just so I look cool.
Sure.
You need more than that.
I have 10 of these, motherfucker. Ain't but one of you.
That's okay. To me, you look like a sushi chef waiting for some fish. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so I say let's head to the port.
Yeah,
All
head
right.
to the port. I'm in.
Yep.
You got, yeah. You only have to wait for.
Oh, by the
couple-
way, I grabbed my bag of pillows and blankets and carry with me.
Sure. Pillows and blankets. All right, so you wait for a couple of days, and the party boat comes sailing back by, and it's off on the coast, but you're able to. Well, I don't know how you gotta signal it. How are you gonna signal it?
Don't they
Oh.
have like some sort of like flare system or something? I mean, doesn't this boat come here all the time?
No, this is not a port. This is just the way they did it was
I'll
they
shoot.
just-
I'll shoot dancing lights.
I can.
Um,
I've got. All right, go ahead. No,
I,
don't
was,
wanna
I mean,
say
you
that.
could do something too. I was just gonna shoot
Yeah, I've got-
dancing
I'm-
lights
dude,
out to the
I'm-
ocean.
I'm all about fire and explosions. Yeah, I can get their attention.
Okay. Well, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna dancing lights. No,
Yeah, my range is 120 feet.
Uh,
Whatever he's doing, I'm just still shooting my dancing lights out.
I've got
120 feet, and I'm making it look like a person like me because I can do that with dancing lights
Doing
and
the
make it just
codes.
do this movement. Yeah.
and I'll just shoot off a bunch of sacred flames because I
Sure.
can do that.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Alistair is basically Beetlejuice if Beetlejuice was alive.
I like it.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
So so a few minutes pass and you can make out they make that same floating disc and shove somebody.
We make out.
Well, good for you.
I mean, yeah. I haven't
But
gotten any action
they-
since I've been here, so I'll take what I can get.
They shove this well-dressed halfling towards shore, and he steps out and greets you. And he's like, "Please, if you don't mind, the ship's not stopping. Can we walk while we talk?"
No,
And
of course. Can we have 2 fucking discs? And then I just give the evil eye to Bjorn.
I'm refusing to get on that disc.
I'll
So-
leave you here.
He looks at you and he looks at Bjorn and he's like, how was your business? You seem light-handed.
No, we're doing great, and we saved the fart, so there's really nothing to worry about there.
Get the fuck. You didn't say. What do you mean you saved the fort?
I fucking say that's what I said. I stand by what I said. We saved the fort.
Yeah, it's true, sir.
We took it back. We took over the fort. We took the fort.
Yeah, it's true, sir. We went and we defeated a war band up there and freed up the fort for your friend Bookshire.
Bullshit. Roll persuasion.
Oh,
with advantage.
With persuasion. Yeah, fuck.
Helping you. Yeah, for just to make him believe you. Believe the truth.
I counted near 70 corpses, but I was somewhere in pieces.
That's a natural 20 with it is 27 altogether.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I halfling believes the fuck out.
I don't have the only. By the way, you guys were making me sneak around, trying to open shit. My only skills have to do with me talking about shit.
Don't act like turning invisible is not a skill. That's
a spell. That's a different story altogether. And those are also and all of my spells are to protect me from harm.
Yeah. So that's like he believes you now.
I'm gonna throw out there that we don't like any of the straightforward plans, but you're the only one with any potential for stealth.
That's true.
I don't know what you're talking about.
By the way, I'm also not proficient in stealth. I just have a pretty. I have a +4. I have a +4 to it, but I'm not proficient at all.
I snuck into the castle with Alistair. We done climbed over the same walls.
He's looking at you. And he's like, you. Like.
Anyway, we'd love another floating disc here, so this way Bjorn could take one by himself because he puked all over my. Look what I'm wearing. You saw me before. You saw me before. I was wearing beautiful clothes. I had to throw them in the drink.
So a fort?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think they fucking sent me over here for?
But you're like.
You know what? I'd love to get in the boat. Let's have a drink. We'll sing some songs, and we'll talk all about it.
He's just his brain is broken. He's fucking dumbfounded. But he's like, that's fine. The two of you, the tickets you had it covered a two-way trip. Your friends, however,
I started throwing up the second time.
God damn it! God damn it! You got it on my fucking pants.
Thought of the disc.
Make a con save. I don't believe you.
These are my second fucking pants.
No, we got rid of my character sheet.
That's what you get.
Wait for it. Natural
yeah,
one.
he does.
Natural one.
He just sneezed the disc and starts puking.
You know what? I take these pants. I take the pants off because there's a splashback, and I just toss them.
For the record, I'm not even on the disc. I like how you're throwing up.
Yeah.
I
now
love
I'm
that Jake
standing
can
there
fail on
bare-assed.
cue.
That's just, yeah. So I really don't want to let you on my boat.
He was fine on the boat. The problem is the fucking disc.
Back to my original point. The guild had paid for your ticket.
By the way, I'm standing there with no pants.
You're fine. No pants. You're gonna have to find some pants.
Yes, I've got another pair I can change into.
That's back to my original point. Your friends they're going to need to pay for tickets.
Well, of course.
In between early, they're with us.
What's the fee?
Well, that's fine, but you have to pay for your travel.
This boat is fantastic, and we really need to make sure that we're supporting it financially. Whatever the cost is, they'll pay.
Sir, I have no money.
And then he kind of looks at that, and then he looks at Leoric, and he's like,
who needs money?
I don't think.
How much is the passage cost?
Well, normally, I would say 500 for the pair, but you're not wearing any pants, and he's puking all over the place.
I mean, we're friends here. Remember all the fun we had at the top deck.
Give me a persuasion check.
All right, I'll give you a fucking persuasion. That's
he net 20 down the last one.
That was a 14. It wasn't great. I rolled a 7. Still got a 14.
I mean, 14's not terrible. It's actually pretty good. He considers for a minute. He says, I could take 250 gold, and that's 2 for the price of 1.
I turn around and I say, well, friends, it's been a great adventure.
I completely understand, sir. I mean,
I'm sure we'll see you again.
I'm just following Lorik around, so wherever he goes is where I intend to follow.
Apparently, here's where our adventure ends.
But I'm sure you do.
I'm ready to get back on the boat.
The boat's leaving, gentlemen. What's it gonna be?
I'm looking at Lorik.
I look at this. Scald!
Look, just kind of looks down. I do not have that coin.
Oh, fuck's sake. For fuck's sake.
I think I got a couple of gold pieces.
I have 100 gold pieces. Will you take 100 gold? They'll sleep on the deck.
I will absolutely take 100 gold as a down payment. You can when we get to port, I'm sure the guilds will be willing to help you out. You took a fort.
We did take a fart.
You took a fort.
I'm laughing in between Hurley now.
You'll be fine. You go, you see the guild, you catch up with us. You have 2 days before we leave port, and as long as you pay us within the 2 days, I don't send anyone to kill you.
No, that's
fine. I don't want to.
Now keep in mind, my fare is already paid.
Well, now your lot is in. I'm going to consider it 75 gold apiece. And that's, yes.
I stop hurling
it's
immediately.
It's fine. It's not going to be any problem. The guild will pay you. You will pay me. We're all friends, right?
I stop hurling and pick the halfling up by the shirt and go, you send someone to kill me, I'll murder you and everyone you've ever known.
Gentlemen, I apologize. You are going to have to find another way to Dorland. And do you let him go?
I just drop him.
Yeah, he gets back on his disc and leaves.
Well, I'm going to take my money back.
I like to think that he fell into the vomit. I like to think that when Bjorn dropped him, he would drop them into the vomit.
I just reached up and grabbed him. I didn't ever move from the vomit. I'm standing in it.
Exactly. That's exactly.
All right.
Well, I have to say, gentlemen, not quite the way that you handle a situation like that. Now, we're in East Bumblefuck over here, and we have no way of getting back to Darlaman.
Well, now, I think that's calling it a bumblefuck is quite inappropriate. I'm sure the people around here, well, I've met the people. I've traveled around here. They're pleasant, quite pleasant. Wait a minute, I'm from around here.
There's nothing here for us but pain and suffering. We need to go. They don't even have a decent pair of clothes.
I step out of the vomit and we'll find another boat.
Well, I mean, if it doesn't seem that your friends, can't you send a letter? I mean, the challenge is here. There's an enemy coming down and bringing persecution unto the masses that needs to be stunted and stopped from committing their evil ways.
I will remind everybody that when we were inside the fort that we needed to defend, every single one of you, and I point 1, 2, 3, very slowly and deliberately, took a fucking nap for an entire day.
Of course I did, sir. I've gotten 10 other individuals.
Well, all right, I put the 2 of them then. All right, fair enough. And I said, while the 2 of us defended the fucking fort.
There were 8 other individuals with bows and arrows that were keeping eyes out. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
They were fucking half dead.
No, they weren't. I've taken time to get them back up to fighting health and giving them the vigor, reestablished within them.
All right,
my hand instinctively goes to one of my poison daggers, and then I use all of my effort to pull that hand away.
I like the cohesion. Good group. You're really becoming a family. All right, so how do you guys plan to get back to Dorlaman now?
Beast the fuck out of me.
I've never been there in the first
Caravan
place.
that would go south to Dorlemand.
Well,
Wouldn't
you
you-
could. Well, because there's. Why don't we just cut across the middle?
Through the fucking forest of thorns.
Yeah, all right. So little you guys are here. You see my ping? Northern Hayfeld,
Yeah.
right? So this whole area up to the north, lots of North Erglians who are going to know who you are by now and want to kill you. Leork in particular is going to be sought after.
It's okay.
Olenfell right here.
Glorian69 cheered for Leoric is looking fucking sexy, ATM.
So over here we've got Olenfell. Olenfell is more Eldorans, so it's just going to be another land of people that don't
Want to kill us.
Forest of Thorns can be dangerous. It is
And
just
Glorian69 cheered because he'd hit it.
Well, thank you.
That is sweet. And another 7 cheers with a bat.
I have to assume it's a wiffle ball bat.
I'm assuming it meant the animal.
Oh.
Because that would be weird.
just ball it up.
Just
like a-
runs up, holds it with one wing, and just starts flapping at it. That's-
All right, so what you guys have though is you got danger to the north, danger to the east. The Forest of Thorns is dangerous. It's like a forest the size of a small nation or a nation that is just home to lots of bandits and cutthroats and tribes of orcs and goblins, and it's just it's
Wasn't there that guy that we were told to look for in there?
No,
No.
we already
No, we
met him.
found
that's
him.
the guy. This his
Pritchard.
person you spoke to lied and said that's where he was going, but he came.
Oh, okay.
So
I
we
forgot
had
we
an
ran into
opportunity to take
I'm
a
looking for
fucking
any
boat.
trading caravan that'll take us on. Nothing? All right.
So you are in East Bumfuck.
Yeah.
There is no
Right, yeah,
economy
just-
here. There's no traders going to Dorlemand. There is.
We had
Or
one
westerly at
way
least.
out of here.
We're badass. I say we just get on the road and go right through the middle. That's what I say.
I say we just go south right to the main road and just take that the way.
Sure.
Yeah, because
Like, isn't that a road there? This?
Yeah, just go get on the road and then just all the way
Going-
down to Dolaman.
What
Yeah, I
about
say
Yes,
we go
through
south through
Olenfell?
Hayfeld and then just go south on the main road and then through Alfred.
So you want to just cut through the Forest of Thorns in like the smallest section
Yeah.
right here,
Yep.
and then cross Alfred.
Because that's the way of least enemies. And
we could also go by river?
we could also take the river. Yeah.
Yep.
I say the road because then it's a road. It's a road movie.
Oh
What
yeah.
was that?
So Wypool, Ilbrick, Alfred are all like kind of like Hayfeld. They're just
They're
nothing to be
farmers.
farmers, just simple. Laria and Ferenz, when you get down to the southern peak here, that how do I put it? There's a wide array of rumors and legends and shit involving them, and basically there's some magical shit going on down there, and these people are just bitter enemies. So they're very religious, very superstitious, supposedly powerful, and just engaged in a blood feud.
All right, so I just say we avoid them altogether and go.
But it's
through-
supposed to be beautiful. It's supposed to the landscape is supposed to be just wonderful. Just throwing it out there. Nice sightseeing tour.
I still maintain we just go through Wypool
It's the
and then
mystic
over to Alfred.
Connecticut of Ravanna.
Yeah.
I say
I
we just go this way. Take the road, cross the river, and keep on trucking.
But Olenfell is
Where?
filled with enemies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
We don't
a
want to go through
direct
Olenfell.
but dangerous route. Taking the Ilbrick, Wypool across Alfred, East Ingham, like that roundabout way is probably safer. But let's see.
How many days did it take by boat?
2 weeks.
2
It was
weeks
like
by boat.
2 weeks.
But we went
yeah.
way south first.
Actually,
around the
don't count
peninsula.
that 2 weeks because I guessed that. I haven't figured out my actual numbers.
And don't forget too, we had to go way south of the peninsula first, and then
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Sailed around. It may have been more than 2 weeks. Between
Yeah, it probably
sessions,
was more than
I'll
2 weeks.
figure
Yeah.
out- yeah. I'll
Probably
figure out
would've
how
been like
far
3.
ship travels per day, and figure out how long you guys actually were on that ship, and then how long it would take you to take Will's route, how long it would take you to take Jake's route, and yeah, you guys can.
I mean, going south through Whitepool, across that little spot of the Forest of Thorns to Alfred sounds like the best idea to me.
Are there any other port towns along the way?
yeah, no, you can
Elbrook?
definitely you stay along the coast, and you'll be able to find port.
Let's just go to a
towns.
port then.
Yeah,
Well,
like go to
well,
Ilbrook.
it's the same thing. We can do that, but we'll have to find a way to make some money to pay for passage.
We could work as mercenaries on the ship.
That's possible, yeah.
I
But if
still
not,
say we go south.
We could
But
try and
all-
find
mine-
work in
We
the
can
port
find
station
work at
itself.
one place and do something. I don't know.
I say we just find a caravan going south, travel with it as guards for free,
Yeah.
end up in East Dingham, go there.
Anything along those lines works.
I just the dwarf part is definitely gonna avoid boats as much as possible.
All right, so you guys have a general idea, and I'll get some, I'll figure out exactly how big this place is, and give you an idea how long it would take you to travel by foot. And the port thing could definitely work. You just got to come up with the money, or work something else out.
Sexual favors.
Yeah. I mean, there's you don't run into a Goliath every day. That's bound to be somebody's kink.
So true. So true.
And that's where we'll pick up next week. Way to go, gentlemen! You held a fort. You took a fort. Way to fucking go!
Yeah,
Right?
kind of surprising, really.
Little bit.
I mean,
And Alistair got all the loot.
yeah.
To
be fair,
What loot?
yeah. Loot? What loot? I know not.
All
of
right,
this
he is kind of
speak.
rogue in that way.
All right.
Okay, but I blew up a ton of guys for you that I could have saved. to
Yeah.
blow up
Yeah, I
other
absolutely
people
would've
for
died.
somebody else. Yeah.
No doubt in my mind, at least 2 of us would have died.
Alistair could still have all the loot, plus 2 spell bombs and an invisibility potion,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. He could have just left.
and just
That's
be making 3 new friends.
Yeah. Which would have been pretty easy from past experience.
Actually, that was my number 1 contingency plan. I was like, all right, that's gonna. And I wonder if they'll try to fight or if they'll surrender without him. And then I'm gonna have to do this whole thing where I split the party, and we have some of them sold into slavery, and Alistair's got to get new friends. You guys are each gonna have to be 2 sets of characters and bounce back and forth. It's gonna get super.
Yeah,
complex.
again, as I said during the break, the only reason that I went back was because of all the books.
There you go.
And
And
we don't even have
I
the
had a
books.
mission, and so
And we don't even have the books.
Well, you
no,
do, though.
but we
Like-
did enough. We saved. We took
Oh,
the
I know.
fort.
I'm joking.
Yeah.
We effectively have the books.
right,
Yeah.
the
Nothing.
guild has access to the books, which was what they wanted.
Yeah.
Or they access to the information. They don't really care about the books. Honestly, it's better now because if they got all the books, they'd have to have somebody read those books multiple times to get that
Learn.
information ingrained, and then you have to train somebody, right? It's a very complicated training process. Right now, they still have Berkner,
Basi-
who, instead of being
Basically, the guild still has their analyst and his wealth of information.
exactly, they're gonna just be indifferent.
And
about
because of that, you guys all got to live.
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Like that's cool.
way to go, guys. Way to live.
Details. Anyone can live. That's boring.
That is true.
Of course, we also did have a relatively free ride back
Yep.
that we just squandered.
Yeah.
I might have threatened the halfling.
Yeah. And I want you to think about the fact that the price he quoted you was completely reasonable,
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
and that was for 2 people. Now you gotta, if you're gonna try to sail, you gotta book passage for 4.
Yeah.
Right?
And I was
Yeah, but that was the booking passage on a pleasure ship, you know. So I'm sure that that increases the because they got.
By the way, fun.
Yeah. So basically, the
Fun
the
story. Do
class
you know
of
how much gold I have?
600.
Yeah, definitely more than 100.
207. Yeah.
I was pretty sure you had like maybe 150.
No, what would have been good? It'd have been like a cool grand.
yeah, it wasn't that much. I couldn't carry them. I was
drop.
afraid of carrying that much after what was happening in the system here.
Right? You got to break that down into jewels. You're trying to carry around like 1,000 pieces of gold.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
so
lot of
A
gold.
lot of gold.
that's why I only took a couple handfuls.
There you go.
There you go.
So you look at it like the gold coin was. I mean, it's kind of where like the British pound comes from, isn't it?
I don't know, but if you go into your character sheet, it actually like when you punch in your gold, it
Gotta
changes
put in
your
the
weight.
Yeah.
It does put in the
Gold
weight.
20
Yeah.
is so cool. Let's see.
I don't have any, so it doesn't matter for me.
I know, but we're gonna add 100 gold and see how much your carrying capacity goes up. You do. You have 80 gold.
Oh, I do have 80 gold. That's right.
You had 80 gold?
I forgot.
So
God
100
damn it.
weighs like a couple of pounds.
That's actually really not.
I don't think that's right, but that's two. Yeah, 50 gold is a pound in this.
I forgot I had 100 gold or 80 gold.
That's good.
And the other two have nothing? Raditz
I have
and Mark?
15. I have
I had
15.
money, but not what they were asking.
No, not even close.
I'm not paying for shit for you fuckers now because we had an opportunity. I had a free ride.
Hey, I didn't throw it away. Talk to the dwarf, your pal there.
And by the way, because I ripped off my pants, I'm now putting that blanket back around and like tying it around my waist.
You guys are like
You got to go and buy some more pants, man.
Yeah, we're starting a cross country journey, and he doesn't even have pants.
that's 12
classic.
hours ago, you had 200 soldiers bowed on one knee in complete awe of you.
Now Alistair doesn't have pants.
Now you're standing, one covered in his own vomit, two pantsless, being turned down from a fucking ship like barge travel.
A halfling party boat.
The high to low is just...
This escalated very quickly.
Yep.
As it should. Excellent.
So yeah, you got 2 land paths or the boat path. Think about what you want to do, and we'll yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right,
Cool.
I got to run, gentlemen.
Yeah.
You guys have.
Yeah, it
Sounds
is.
good.
It is tomorrow. It's time.
Yeah. So anyway, keep watch here on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Return to the
R2DK.
Bandit Kingdoms, where Will.dm, aka just Will here,
We'll do.
takes over. Jairus and I are players. Jake and Josh don't even bother watching.
They haven't even been born yet in that world.
They
I like that.
and anyway, keep tuned here for other shit that may or may not happen at some point.
There you go.
And
I like it.
Wednesdays,
Yeah,
Sometime.
Wednesdays sooner or later.
end of March.
Will.dm is running another stream.
Yep. Tales
Check
of
us
a
out on
Savage World.
YouTube/Mr. Atom PL for old episodes of Ravanna, old episodes of Return to the Bandit Kingdom.
Eventually, maybe.
Well,
You get those up or what?
Ravanna will get there at some point. R2BK's almost updated all the way.
Episode 38 coming up. We've been at
Wow,
it for better part of 2
38
years
weeks.
now, right?
Yeah.
minus 3. Well, what's
Actually, it's more than that because we missed
because
one.
we had missed one, and then we had 2 where I DM'd
4.
a special holiday episode. Did we
Yeah.
miss
And
another?
then the 4 spin-off ones.
Yes.
The good guys and the bad guys.
Well, I'm counting those because those are still part of the story.
part of
Those are
the-
counted. But we missed. I think we missed just not aired.
One episode. We only not aired one, and then we had 2 weeks where we did like just a random holiday episode.
Wow,
And then there was also the 15 session zeros, so that was
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
There were what, 3 session zeros?
I think 4. I think I took part in 3, and I think I missed one. Oh no, I'm thinking of the audition too.
Yeah.
The
I think there was only
audition
2 or
didn't count.
3.
Yeah, there's 2 session zeros. 2.
So that's
there wasn't.
39 weeks of
Yeah.
just Return to the Bandit Kingdoms.
Well, if you take your audition and the session zeros, that's 3 sessions. So
Okay,
it's
it
kinda
felt
what
like
you were
more.
thinking.
It's just yeah.
I didn't need to audition.
Hey, anytime that you play with me, it just always seems like it's much longer than it really is.
That's fair.
Has
That's
it been
fair.
15 hours already?
Yeah. Like I feel like
That's
today has just been endless.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, gentlemen. I'm gonna go to bed.
Good
All
night.
right, guys.
Hi, Josh.
Good night.
Thank you,
Bye,
everybody. for
Thank you, everybody,
watching.
and we will check you out next week or on Tuesday or both.
Dun, dun,
Yep.
dun.
Bye.
Adios.
Have a good
Peace
one.
out.